Hello. Welcome to Girls Run These Worlds and for our fifth episode of Touch the Ocean, a Glitter Hearts campaign. As usual, Glitter Hearts is a TTRPG by Greg Leatherman or White Wing on Twitter, and we are going to have a little giveaway of a PDF copy. So if you put in exclamation mark Glitter Hearts into the chat, you can enter into that giveaway, which we'll do at the end of the show. But before we do all of that, before we get to the end, we've got to obviously start at the beginning. So my name's Philippa Moore. I use she, her pronouns, and we're going to go around our lovely players. So as usual, please introduce yourself, your pronouns, and then your character in their everyday form and their pronouns, and in their mermaid form and their pronouns as well. So I'm going on my screen, so I've got Caroline first.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Caroline Orwella, and I am going to be playing Sadie today. Sadie is a little bit of a goody two-shoes. She's very focused on school. She's very literal, very concrete. And she's also a ballerina. You know, it goes with her peculiarity or particularity, I guess. Particularity. That's the word I was looking for. But anywho, and in her mermaid form, she becomes Caspian, who uses they, them pronouns. Sadie uses she, her pronouns. I always forget if I've said that already. So we're just going back.
Same.
And yeah, so that Caspian is just a drama person all the time. Very dramatic, very flamboyant and fun and silly. So yeah, very excited.
Excellent. Next up, I've got Casa.
Hi, I'm Casa. She, her pronouns. I'm trying to remember to do that now. I play Maeve, who is also she, her, and she's just bad girl, good girl. You know, she likes to ride motorcycles and drink and hang out with friends. So yeah, you be the judge of whether or not she's good or bad. Her mermaid form is Demetra, who is also she, her, and she's just cutesy and fun and likes to help a lot, which is very different from her normal life, where she kind of wants to take the lead and just, get things done. But Demetra is a bit more helpful and, yeah, protective. So I'm excited. Everyone's here now, so I'm happy.
Yes, hooray! Yes, coming back after a week off, we have Hector next up on my screen as well.
Yes. So my name is Hector Reyes. My pronouns are he, they. I play Conor O'Shea, who is a South Irish lad who's just moved to England with his family, and he is secretly a Selkie prince. And in his mermaid form, he is Prince Lorien, and is big and a little bit more extroverted and over the top, and is really fun, and is sort of while they are a prince in exile, and that's very sad, they're really enjoying life as a teenager with their new mermaid friends.
Excellent. And last but not least, Anya.
Hi, sorry, chaos is happening with my dog over here. Hi, I'm Anya, she, her pronouns. I'm playing Maya, who is oh yes, Anya without the typo. Maya, also she, her, who is very much a dreamer, loves to read all of the fairy tales, all the fae things. And then one day at swim club, she turned into a mermaid and was horrifying looking. So someone saw her and went, ah, Maya? And so her mermaid name is Amaya, pronouns she, they.
Hey, and that's all of the gang back together. And instead of me recapping this time, because poor Connor was a bit out of it last time after a bit of light kidnapping. Instead, we're gonna get cut straight into the scene where I believe we were all sat around a nice bonfire on the beach outside of the Hanover's house, having had a bit of excitement. And yeah, Connor, you come yourself finding to laying on the sand, splitting headache. You can't find your phone in your pocket. and yeah, just not feeling great. But you do see your friends all sat around you around the campfire. Although Sadie and Maeve looking a little more frosty towards each other than they had previously been looking. But they all look okay as well, having had a little rest and relaxation as well. So yeah, all three of you do see Connor sort of starting to come to a bit as well.
Oh, Connor, here, have some water.
Oh,
Maya
wait,
hands you a bottle
J-
of water.
to drink? And I just very carefully
Very carefully.
waterfall
No,
it, so it
straw.
doesn't get up. Oh yeah, straw.
What are you
He
doing?
just pulls out through the straw, not to get any on the skin. Oh, what happened? What did I miss? Everything is. The last thing I very clearly remember was getting in the van with oh God, her name.
Kira.
Kira. Wait, where's Kira? I'm like looking around. Connor starts looking around in a panic, like,
Hey, hold on one sec. We can't draw attention to ourselves because there's a lot of people around. We're right on the beach behind Kira and Will's house right now. The party's still going on. But during the party, we have been all over the place. We ended up swimming through some tunnels to get into the lab in the facility, and we snuck around there. We got chased by some very scientifically confusing dog sharks, and
They were kind of
including
cute.
one ginormous one. I think
cutest.
it's
dog sharks.
Mama,
Wait
the
a
little.
minute. Are these the ones that you missed, Sadie? The ones we told you about? Or the same one? Am I
At the aquarium.
The same ones that were at the aquarium?
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's more of those things?
And bigger,
Yes,
much
and
bigger.
Oh no. Oh my gosh.
It was really cool.
I mean, obviously, but
Yeah.
still, just how did this? What is going on in our strange sleepy town? We're just supposed to be teenage mermaids. We're not supposed to be dealing with biohazard Resident Evil nonsense.
It's true. But yeah, and we found also underneath this house a secret lab of some kind, and it seems
That's
like
where you were.
Yes, that's where we found you.
There.
What? They didn't actually take us to Hanover?
Well, your phone is there.
Kira got taken there too.
Right, Kira's there.
Yeah.
She's with our mom, and we just figured that our mom probably wouldn't try to do anything very scary to her, so
Hopefully.
we left her there.
Right. Okay. Okay, secret lab. I was taken. They didn't I look at my arms, did they take any samples or anything? Or
Your arms don't seem particularly sore or anything, just a bit. You've got some light zip tie marks from where you were tied up, and you have the vague memory of the guard who put you in the van leaning over the seat and just whacking you over the head, basically.
Right.
Quite early into the journey.
Okay.
Maeve takes a swig and then says, there was also this weird tube, so we assume that Hanover is doing some experiments with us or with mermaids. They were checking us out on the internet, stalking us, basically. So
you were all over. Your search history was everywhere.
Oh no.
You need to be more careful.
Right, absolutely. Who in the world would look on the internet for somebody looking for mermaids? This is very weird.
People who want to learn about them.
Exactly. Right. Or no, that wanted to be them, maybe.
Yes. It seems like they're trying to fabricate sea creature hybrids of some kind. That's what I got from it.
Ooh, that's not, I mean,
it's not good.
Well, you saw Kira turn into a fish, right?
Absolutely. Like a pufferfish.
Yeah.
She's not
it's kind of like
so
that.
Well.
Do you think her mom did experiments on her, or she was born like that?
No, she told me that she gave her
the chapstick.
So it was
lip gloss.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that was one of the reasons why I didn't open up to her about us being mermaids. Is if it's temporary, she doesn't need to know.
No.
Yeah.
Good point.
So it's her fault, kind of.
Sort of. No, it's her mother's fault for giving her
But she wanted to earn money.
un-FDA-approved,
Oh, yeah.
experimental,
Well,
like,
FDA doesn't. Does the FDA
like-
exist in the UK?
he doesn't say that. He says,
This is a similar thing, yes.
Yeah.
the UK equivalent of the FDA is what Connor actually says, and he's all like, I mean, I understand. Like from what I've been told by my parents, British bureaucracy is a pain in the butt. But like we need to keep people safe and not your own daughter. It's just silly.
Oh yeah. Well, we kind of slashed the tires of a truck that was taking out new shipments of whatever they were doing. So we did something. I
We're
guess.
doing felonies now. Well,
We didn't have
They are-
you to tell us to
Mermaid
not do
crimes.
felonies.
all
Also,
right, all
you
right.
Were we gonna leave you?
kidnapped.
Were we gonna leave you there? I don't know.
No, absolutely not.
No.
Thank
I think
goodness.
so.
Well, and it just sort of dusts some of the sand off and sits up by the bonfire and then leans in and is like, well, what do we do now?
That's the £1,000,000 question.
Right now we are trying to lay low because we kind of destroyed Kira's mom's secret lab that's on the beach behind us. I almost electrocuted us. But anyway,
Almost. Keyword is almost.
Almost.
that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say one thing that I did notice, and I'm sure you all remember too, is that there was a tunnel that was like leading to the castle. And I am curious
Yes.
as to why, and also is Timothy okay?
I agree.
I feel like those
Right.
tunnels are going to be hotspots. They're already looking for people that snuck in, and if it's not through the front door, they're going to assume that it's through the tunnel. So maybe we just go to the castle.
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
regular
we could
way.
do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll just get up. Well, oh gosh, how did we get here?
I have my
Dropped off.
bike, but
You have
it's
your
like
bike.
after
I have enough-
midnight.
I have enough for a
Uh,
taxi.
Yeah, right. Your dad
Oh
gave you money, Maeve.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. We could get a taxi. So yes, we have to check on Timothy. Are all of the
Oh
Isn't it a crucial moment there?
Another one.
Wait, there we
All of
go.
the
Oh
oh,
no.
still frozen.
Oh, it's coming back.
Maybe.
Let's guess what he was going to say. Oh,
There we go.
Wait,
Okay.
there we go.
back.
Oh no, you're a bit in and
Gosh
out.
darn.
I froze.
Oh no.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh.
Rip.
And say chat. Yeah.
Nope.
You can do
Gonna
it.
say,
We'll give you a
it's
few
not
more.
important, don't mind me.
Yeah, we'll give you a few moments to hopefully let your internet settle down.
Mhm.
You can type it in the chat and I can read it out if you need to on the Zoom. But yeah, is there anything else you want to do around the house, everyone else, before you kind of, yeah, you were saying get a taxi. And yeah, Maya remembers also that deja vu seeing that Jennifer Hanover is on the way
Yes.
back to find out what's been going on as well.
We need to
Which
get
was
out.
Okay.
I was tempted to be like, let's just keep hanging out at the bonfire. We do not exist.
Oh, wait,
But
there
also
we
we
go.
could just escape.
Yes, that's
Yes,
a bit better.
escape. We're gonna sneak away. Like,
Okay.
Okay, so you were
Connor's
saying,
gonna
are there
just be
any
like-
more?
Oh, I have a question, Philippa. Are we able to walk to the castle? Is it that close, or do we have to take a cab?
I mean,
No,
it's
you
uphill,
could,
right?
but it would take a little bit of time because it's uphill. It'd probably take you good like 15-20 minutes in the dark. So like it would be fine. There's a
Sounds
main
like my
road.
childhood getting back to my house.
yeah. Yeah, if we're all in a group, I think walking would probably be like the best way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. You just don't have your phone, so you don't have a phone flashlight.
Yeah, I'll
That's
just
okay,
stick close.
please.
I'll just stick close to whoever has the phone flashlight.
Your friends will light the way.
They will light the way.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, like Connor seems remarkably unpanicked for not having their phone and being like 18, 19. Like
I
they're
mean-
just they're very chill about, like, they almost forget. Like, if someone mentions, "Oh no, you don't have your phone," Connor will be like, "Oh,
Darn.
we'll get it eventually. My phone internet searches have gotten us in enough trouble already."
This is true.
Yeah. All right, should we head out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's
Alright.
get
Grab a
out of
couple
here
more beers before.
Yeah.
as props. Yeah, sure.
Are you heading out
I'm
through the
thirsty.
house, or are you going to like walk along the beach? Will
I
take
think
a
we
bit
should walk
longer.
along the beach, y'all.
We're gonna
I
go for the
agree.
beach. Beautiful moonlit beach stroll. How more mermaid can you get than that? Like,
With the shittiest beers known to man because you're
Yes.
teenagers.
Yeah, of
most
course.
terrible beers. Just
Mhm.
awful beers.
I won't name a brand so as not to annoy anyone because there are several contenders.
Yeah.
Also, so as you're all getting up to leave, Connor, you hear a little shout from like, so there's like the stairs up, and then there's like a little fence between the sort of patio and then down to the beach.
Oh, I know.
And you hear a little, "Oh, Connor!" And you see Evan and the barbecue boys like waving. Oh, you have frozen
Yeah.
again. Sorry, but yeah, there we go. Okay, and they're like, Connor, check your Facebook. We've added you to the barbecue boys chat.
Yes,
Oh,
I'll get
no.
back to you. I lost my phone earlier. It's
Oh,
okay. I'll get
no.
back to it. And like, we just
Okay.
walking.
And they wave.
Hopefully they'll spread in the party so that people won't freak out about me not answering messages.
Mm. Mr. Popular.
Oh, wait. While we're walking to the castle, could one of you text my parents and tell me I lost my phone?
I was gonna ask about that, but wouldn't it be easier to just do that tomorrow? Were they expecting you tonight? Or yeah, you were gonna go home later?
Yeah, I was planning on going home later.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I know I'm handsome, but I'm not quite ready for that.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know.
lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They've
for context, it's probably
texts.
about 11, maybe
Okay.
11:30. It was getting kind of late. It is quite dark, but there are some street
Yeah.
lights and things as well.
Mhm. Yeah, because I know that Maeve was dropped off around like 10:30.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that's what I was basing my midnight comment off of.
Yeah, I say yeah, it's probably coming up to midnight for sure.
Mm.
So yeah, you can make your way along the beach, and then there's the sort of hill where the house is on dips back down to join the beach, so you're able to kind of hop back onto the road there.
Mhm.
And yeah, you start making your way up the hill towards the castle. As you're going along, there's not many cars at this time of night, so it's quite obvious when a pair of headlights starts to illuminate the road behind you. And you can
Mm.
turn and you see in the distance coming up is another unmarked white van.
Let's
It's coming
duck
from
over
the
to the
same
side
direction.
Yeah.
Duck as
Yeah,
far
yeah.
off as
Yeah.
far off as we can.
Ducking,
Yes.
ducking,
Uh-huh.
ducking.
Sure,
So yeah,
ducking.
there's some houses and bushes and things. Do you want to maybe do a keep your wits about you to like find a good hiding space sort of in time, and one that's,
I'm gonna
not
say
so
not me because that's plus persona and I have a -1.
Who's got good persona?
I have good
I think I have
persona.
+1, I think.
Yeah,
Maybe
me
I'll do-
too. It should be me or Maeve
Yeah,
to
or I can
kind
give
of
the
look
help,
around.
right?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh yeah. I am.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the teamwork thing because I have the center.
Okay.
I think Maeve should take
So
the
I'll
lead,
do it.
and
Gotcha.
I'm gonna say like, I'm gonna do the that fun move, the teamwork move.
we can do this
Be like,
together.
we can do this together, and
Yeah.
just be like, Maeve, keep an eye out. Like, can you find a place where we can hide? Like, I know you can do this.
So I got
Together.
a 5.
5.
Okay, hold on. No.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me pull out my basic moves, my little basic move sheet.
Not
can do
sure you're
this
going to be able to help
together.
with that, but you're
Um,
welcome to.
Plus emotional is
It's only
mine.
7.
So I got a 7 on my roll. We have a cooperative relationship.
Yeah.
Which means I
So
would have
that's still
given you a
+1.
+1.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
but I
it's
put
only up
myself
to
in
6,
danger.
unfortunately.
Ah.
But if you want to still do it to get that PowerPoint,
Yeah, I will do it to get the PowerPoint because
yeah.
it's. But I also have another cool move that does
Yes, as
cool
counselor, you might
things.
have some stuff that would help.
There is Feel the Love, which I believe gives me an additional plus, because I am a counselor.
So you get another
And
PowerPoint. Is that right?
another PowerPoint, so I get a total of 2 PowerPoints
Awesome.
for this.
Okay, the pool is currently on 6.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So you can do cool moves.
Yay!
Okay, so but Casa marks some experience on that
Yep.
failed roll. So I think
I'm a little too drunk now. That's why.
Yeah,
I don't know what's
exactly.
going
True.
on.
The beers,
One too many
beers in your
IPAs.
system.
A little too intoxicated.
Yeah, and you're like, that's fine. And it's just like the open driveway of a house. And by the time everyone else has followed you, it's like you're just standing in the driveway, like, a little bit off the road.
5.
If you don't see them,
7.
if you don't look at them,
No, I only got 8.
they won't see you.
I got so close. I get a +2 to we can do it rolls when I'm rolling with emotional. So it was a total of +3. So I rolled an 8 on my roll.
Okay, no, that's still the same.
It's still the
plus.
same, but it's next time we'll remember it's the difference between a 9 and a 10.
That's true.
Yeah. But I try.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Maeve has gotten to the back, and the last one in is of course Connor being put in danger. And you're all just standing in this drive like, and there's like a wheelie bin someone can crouch behind. There's a garden gate to sort of hide in the shadows of, and there's the car to crouch behind. But then Connor, you're left looking out like there's no more things here as the van kind of pulls into view and the headlights catch you in the beam, and you see another one of those big shadowy shapes in the car, and it starts to slow down and pull up next to you all.
Oh.
Would you like to go?
Can we run?
Yeah, you can run. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like
That's
at
gonna
that
happen.
point, yeah, we're
Like,
gonna
try to-
bolt thwart peril. Like I'm
Yeah. I think Maeve doing some thought peril there if you want to start running. Do you want to run
Definitely.
along, or do you want to do some dodging? Like where are you running?
Dodging.
So we've got a house, we've got their back garden, we've got a few more houses, but they're quite spread out because again, this is like the posh fancy area.
Yeah.
Like that.
I think there should be like some hedges and stuff separating the houses, right? So as long as we try to, put some distance between us and the van.
Yeah.
Where the van can't go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
7.
Maeve's leading the way. 7. Okay, so mixed success. Yeah. So I offer you a worse outcome, a hard choice, or an extra price to pay. I think we'll keep it simple here. You're trying to, sometimes you're able to get around the hedges, but sometimes the best course is through the hedge, which means anyone wishing to crash through the hedge is going to take 1 damage, 1 harm.
Gotcha.
I will start with that. I will go straight through because I just think that's the quickest way.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through too.
Yeah, I feel like I would just follow everyone and be like, perfect. There's a hole that's been made, and I'm just gonna go through it and get a bunch of scratches.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah. I have apparently abandoned my bike at their house.
You know where it is.
You can get it
No,
in the
I
morning.
kind of like the
bring it
idea
over.
of us like crashing the hole and then Amaya's like like going through with the bike,
Try
like,
slowly.
through whatever we've crashed.
When have you
through.
seen the bit? I think it's in Hot Fuzz where he's chasing the runner and he's like jumping over the fences and like on the trampoline. Like this is what you're all doing. You're like multiple fences, running up little slides and jumping over, and you can hear the van like kind of going along the road slowly trying to see you all, but because you're kind of like ducking and weaving in behind the houses, they lose track of where you are, so you can still sort of hear the van running and they're searching for you, but you managed to lose them for now. And you can see that there is like a track behind the houses, like a little walking track, that you can see also snakes up like the grass up to the castle, and away from the road.
Do we take the path that the car can't go on, the van?
Yeah, my
For
vote
sure.
is definitely that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I kind of like Hector's idea of Maya having her bike just like charging through the things. Go with that.
I mean, you could have been
Lime green
holding
bike.
it, like walking with it.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
It's just
She's gonna
hilarious.
hop on it to bike up the pathway.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because living here, she would have gotten used to biking up and down hills.
Doing some hills,
so.
yeah. Cool. Okay, so yeah, you can see the van is still stuck, like trying to find you among the houses. So
Mhm.
yeah, and you can see it was you can see a big guy again in a leather jacket get out and start sort of searching around, but he's definitely on that mixed success, he's definitely not seen where you've gone. So yeah, with a bit of careful, slow walking up the side of the hill, you find yourself at the edge of the castle grounds. I think you're not on the normal side. Like if the hill is like this, you're normally coming up from the bay, which has the normal entrance, and you're kind of around the back, which there's a lot of like tumble down walls at the edge of the castle, so you can still kind of hop into the grounds. But you've probably been on like a school trip here at some point, like to you know, be shown the history, but around here, so you can kind of work out roughly where you are. But there's also lots of little like, oh, here's a sign saying like down into the kitchens and things like that as well. So you're not on the same side that Timothy normally is hanging out on either.
Mhm.
Do you want to do anything while you're here?
I'm going to stash my bike where no one will see it because it is lime green.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Mhm.
Cool. You're able to hide it among some bushes near the edges of the
Mhm.
sort of courtyard area.
Should we call Timothy or go and find him? I don't know.
I
It
mean-
feels like time is of the essence if we're being
mean-
chased.
Well, I don't have my phone on me, so it would have to be one of you that does it.
Yeah.
I can
I
call
mean-
Timothy.
Yeah.
All
Might
right.
as well.
I'm gonna FaceTime or slap, you know, what we do with the GoPro.
Yeah, we're
Yep.
just all like hovering like over around it.
Let me get here we go, the mystical creature bit up. There we go.
Yeah.
ding, ding, ding. And then after a few moments, you get the little snuffling of, oh, hello. Hi everyone. I was sleeping as usual. What's up?
As usual.
As usual. I'm like, we were calling to make sure that you were okay because there's a secret
What?
tunnel. I'm not really.
Did you get chased by the dogs?
Yeah.
And you remember he was
Yeah.
really freaked out by the dogs. I was like, I told you it was going to be dangerous. Are you all
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
His
we're
little
all
face is like right
okay.
up to the camera.
Now, I think
Yeah.
we just
We're
wanna
just a
check-
bit confused.
We're a bit confused and a little lost as to what to do next.
Oh, okay. Where are you?
We're right outside the castle.
We're on the back side of the castle. Can you come over here?
Oh, okay. Just one moment. And you see he like puts his paw on the camera to hang up. And you wait for a minute, and then you hear like, and you see him like running along a little wall,
Oh,
and then hopping down. Oh, hello, I'm here. And he like skids to a little halt in front of you, like, hello.
yeah, and I'll just go over and gently pick him up so that he can rest in my arms.
Cradle him like a baby.
We're
I'm so glad
kind
you're
of
okay. He licks your face.
actually it might have been premature to say we're okay. We were chased. We're being followed. So maybe
Connor
we
was
take this conversation inside.
Yeah, I agree. As I like start heading towards one of the side entrances.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Some of them are locked at this hour. But come this way. This is the way I normally go in if I need a snack.
Okay.
You see, he starts like hopping over little like half height walls that have crumbled down and things like this way. And he takes you around to basically part of the castle is like still standing and half of it is like sort of fallen down and things. So some of the rooms are just like sort of dirt floor rooms that have been kind of like emptied out and stuff. So he takes you into one of those, and then you see there's a door to like kitchen staff area that links to the main part of the castle. And he's like, sometimes this one is unlocked and I can go and steal some cheese. or maybe some milk.
I'll tap it to see if it's open.
Yeah, you can feel, and a little shake of the doorknob, and it opens up to a little, sort of back kitchen room.
Perfect.
Nice.
Goodness.
Duck in.
You can see there's like big refrigerators full of like prepackaged sandwiches and extremely expensive soft drinks, and little like packaged biscuits and things like that as well.
My
take some
pops a
biscuits.
soft drink.
Yep. And we all gather and
Yeah,
It was
just get,
mostly
like, a
alcohol at the
snack and-
party.
Yeah, we get the real food here.
Mhm.
Timothy has hopped up onto like the coffee and tea area and has found one of those tiny packets of milk, like carton things, and like rips it
Mhm.
open with his claw and then is like,
oh.
right. So what's been going on here?
Whew. Well, blah, 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 we fill him in.
Yeah.
You tell him what's going
Yeah.
on. Yes. Sometime later.
Yes.
Splashy wave. Sounds very bad.
Mhm.
Bad things happened. Done.
I told you not to go. I said it was going to be dangerous, and what do you know? It was.
Well, we
But-
had to go. Connor was kidnapped.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's true.
There wasn't a choice.
Friends
Oh.
first. That's true.
Oh, I'm so confused. I thought we were talking about the party, and I was about to say, of course I had to go. There were boys there.
Obviously, you had to go to the party.
Because the
The
party's
boys there are
important.
not dogs, so
Not dogs, no.
Well, some
No,
of them
sometimes
kind
boys
of
can
are.
be
Yeah.
dogs,
Mm.
but that's more of a metaphorical thing and not a literal thing.
Unless they get experimented on by the
Yeah.
Family
And
Corporation.
then they can.
Half shark,
Also,
half dog.
Yeah.
very strange to me. I've never heard of someone being able to change and start becoming a sea creature. Only
mean-
like us, where, well, who didn't already sort of have some sort of sea creature heritage, like
Well,
ourselves.
Not sure, because, all right, so, according to the old stories, depending on which old story, my people were created by the Fomorians, the old gods, before the Tua came over to the Isle of Hibernia. So I don't know. I read in a book once that eventually super science looks like magic.
That's...
I have no idea how the Hanover Corporation would have gotten the ancient secrets of Fomorian shaping. All the sea creatures, they were all either made or descended from someone, or
Exactly, and also then none of
enchanted.
them are strange giant gods, as far as I'm aware.
No.
Unless you saw something down there that would indicate otherwise. So
Timothy,
Right.
how old are you?
that's a very rude question to ask, Maeve.
Really?
You never ask a permaid how old he is. Yeah, but the answer is very old.
Mm. So you would know. I'm just trying to, validate what's been
Let's
said.
just say there's a shark in Greenland who's a little older than me, but I am quite old.
You don't look a day over
Okay.
20.
Thank you.
I mean, 20 is
that's
very
that's
old
bad
for
for
a
a
cat.
cat, actually. Yes.
Very bad for a cat.
But anyway,
And I was trying
I
to be
take
nice.
what you mean, Maeve. I take what you mean.
So we're in we think it's bad. And
Mhm.
are we going to stop it? Are we going to stop them? Are we ignoring it?
I feel like ignoring it's a bad idea.
they're not ignoring us.
Mhm.
That's
And they're coming
true.
after us. So yeah.
They've been keeping tabs on us, and this is
Mhm.
not good.
No.
No.
I don't like it.
Can we expose them then? For saying that they're unethical, the people that are using the lip glosses don't know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah, but
That's
we don't want to.
true.
We don't want to ruin our new friends' lives.
Why not? She seemed kind of iffy, don't you think? She was trying
Oh,
to get everyone into a pyramid scheme.
Finally talked her out of it. It took a
Yeah.
her
It
being.
took turning into a fish, but
I was about to
Right,
say
right.
grotesquely transform into like a hybrid pufferfish. If I had to realize that her mother's kind of garbage, but
yeah,
I've
we
been
could
through a
turn
lot.
her against.
We could. I think we were already there,
Mm.
but then I got hit over the head by a security guard.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So there
Well-
went
So what I'm
that-
hearing,
there
Which
went
might
that.
turn her even more if
I-
she saw that.
Well, okay, then maybe we need to be planning a rescue. I mean, while she may be with her mother, that doesn't mean she won't. I don't know. Just because she might still be in danger.
She might, but
If
we
we
can't
do-
know for sure.
if we do, we'll need a backup plan. We can't just go in thinking saving her will solve things.
I know this is going
Right.
to sound a little strange, and
Mm.
I've never asked this question of the rest of you. Are there any other mermaids that we could reach out to?
You're the only ones that I know.
Same here.
Other than my lovely abandoning mother, no, not really.
Well, you've got some choices. We can pull together, can figure this out, try and rescue our friend, and handle this. Maybe destroy the equipment, keep it simple. Or
Or
we could try to combine our magic and put out a distress call. And maybe my mother, the Selkie Queen, will see it. Or maybe other more ancient, powerful mer will see it. I feel like both choices are valid. But the first one is it. Like, if we do the first one and we might be on our own, and I do believe in us, we're amazing together, but we're not facing traditional stories. Like, I don't even know if my mother, the queen of the Selkies, would even know what to do. Timothy is as ancient as she is, so at this point, I want to do something, but I don't know what to do. Does that make sense?
it does.
Like, we can try and
Okay.
reach out. I'm just afraid that if we do reach out and some ancient, either my mother or some other ancient sea force answers, they're not going to know what to do because we're dealing with science.
Mhm.
Right. Well, I mean, we could expose the company. We could
I like
expose the company for malpractice.
For
That's what the
malprac-
internet is for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Timothy also pipes up and sort of says, I mean, I know a little science. I have studied, again, I'm quite old. I know a few things. I could see if I could rack my brain. Okay, if you want to do your move to see if he knows more, now would
yeah,
be a good time to
Yeah.
do
I think
it.
that's a
Yeah.
good time to do it.
Yeah, we're gonna
Rather
see
than
if
being like, no, he definitely does know something.
any
Him.
old scientists might have been messing with the area. Like, surely, I get like the scientific method has been around a very long time.
Mhm.
Surely this isn't the
Mm.
first scientist to mess around with sea creature folklore stuff. So maybe
And-
Timothy knows.
Yeah. And what is magic if not undiscovered science?
I'm just
hoping.
hoping. I'm hoping Timothy pulls through on this one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Timothy's tried so hard.
So yeah, as we've done before, once per session you can consult your mystical creature, Timothy, about the current situation. So someone can roll, and again, this is just pure luck on the roll. There's
Pure
no
luck.
adding things, so it's just
Okay.
2d6. Yeah.
I don't
so
think
know
that I've
who
rolled
wants
for
to.
Timothy yet. Can I?
You
Go
can.
for it.
Okay.
Can we
I-
spend a PowerPoint to get advantage on this roll? Or is this one of the few we
Ooh.
can't?
This is a pure chance roll. Stats aren't
Okay.
added to this check, but it doesn't say anything about the power pool. I think no. I think reading
Okay.
it in the
Okay.
spirit of how it's written, I think it's just supposed to be
Okay. And I just want to point out I'm rolling these awesome
One of them is invisible.
One of them was invisible.
One's too green.
One's too green. Anyway.
Yes. It's just floating there in between your fingers.
Shard dice.
Pretty.
I rolled a 5.
Oh no. Not much experience.
Timothy
Timothy's
has been
eyes once
so
again.
unhelpful.
He's really been
Timothy once again.
unhelpful.
He's
He's just licking the
like,
milk. He's not doing anything.
it's so dangerous.
Yeah.
We're all going to die. I get 4 hold on you again.
And of
No.
course, after that, just randomly rolling them, I rolled 2 6s.
The dice are
So
telling
yeah.
a story. The story is
Yeah.
that
Maybe
Timothy
Timothy
doesn't
fears-
know anything.
Yeah, he's just cute but useless, you know?
Yeah. So instead of being like, I might know something, he like thinks as you're explaining the situation and you just see his little eyes like, and then he's like, no, actually, I think I don't know anything about the situation. And really, I think the best course of action is why don't we all pack up and we could move to up north. I hear it's very nice in the summer, a bit cold in the winter.
Where are we gonna go? Manchester? Like, I don't.
Blackpool,
But,
Lake District.
Kind of
Cricket?
tempting.
I'm happy
Timothy.
here. I am happy here.
I mean, I'm sure that if we could put our foreheads together, we could figure out a way to.
If we started swimming now, we could be there in like 2 days. It's just a suggestion.
Good.
He's like pattering around on
Good.
his little paws, like, I could get my bags packed very quickly, seeing as I have no possessions.
So out of curiosity, when he's doing that, does he knock over the little thing of milk and does it spill on him?
Yes, obviously. Yeah, he's like, and he spills it on his paws, and then you just hear a poof as he rolls off the side, and he has turned into his mermaid form with a little, what did we say, a koi tail, a little orange koi tail to match his orange fur, and he's like, flopping, he's like, oh, this is even worse. Someone pick me up, please.
Okay.
I'm exposed. Put me in the
It's fine.
pond.
It's fine, and I'm just gonna help.
He's like clawing on your shoulder, like,
Oh gosh,
like
I'm just
it.
trying. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
I give him little under chin scritches. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, let's talk about it. Everything's fine. You know, like
We do
Try to-
need to talk, though.
calm the cat. Okay, so maybe what is it? Do we want to try and see if we can reach out?
Can we do both? I mean, it won't take the entire time to reach out. While we wait for someone to respond, we could consider.
Yeah,
I don't think Kira's in
multiple
danger.
options.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't
I'm
think
sure
Kira's.
that
just to remind you also, you could do something like glimpse of the truth or be vigilant here if you wanted to be like thinking through
yeah.
things, asking some questions.
Ooh,
If you want to, just to remind you.
I could glimpse the truth. I have +2 mental.
Mhm.
I'll do
Glimpse
that.
of truth.
And
So you could do
we'll
some like
see.
research on your phone, or just looking around the castle for information and things like that. If you
I rolled a 9 and I have 11. So we can ask
3 questions. Okay.
Does anyone
So yeah,
have...
I think I'm imagining this is like a conversation between you all as you're like passing around information and picking up
Actually,
and joining together.
while Sadie is doing that, I'm gonna walk up and put like a hand on their shoulder, and I want to use "You can do this,"
To get up to a 12.
and just be like,
maybe.
"You've got this." Like I know, like you've got a clear head. Like Sadie, I know normally it's weird, mystical, magical stuff, but like we actually need your logic to figure this out. Like, I'm like, what do you got? What do you got for me? What do you got for me? Let's see here. So I'm gonna get, I believe, a plus. Ooh, I rolled a 10, and then it's emotional, and it's a total of +3. So it's a 13 on my roll, and we're cooperative.
Cooperative. Okay, so we get we automatically get a power point, so you're up to 7. on a cooperative, your target on a 12 plus, your target gains +1 to the next roll, and you and the target add 1 to your power pool. So you get a total of 3 power points there.
Nice.
Oh my goodness, you
Dang.
guys are up to
Ooh.
We should do group
10. You've got
group
10
moves.
total.
We've got so
power
many.
points.
Okay, I'm
Jeez.
getting
yeah,
in the
that-
groove. I know it took me like 5 episodes to kind of figure out the formula for my character, but I got you. I got you.
Yes.
I am your emotional support selfie.
Yeah. So yeah, you're all. I imagine you've all sat down, like maybe around one of the little coffee tables in the dining area.
I deliberately sit away from Sadie.
Yes, maybe.
Oh.
Oh, right. We're to fight.
But maybe you're too. Sadie, not maybe. Sadie is too tuned in to thinking through all of these ideas as you're passing them over. And yet on that 12, you can ask any question not on the list. And on a 10 plus, hold 3. On a 12 plus, ask the GM any question not on the list. So, yeah, just ask me anything you like, basically.
Okay, y'all, what are we thinking?
Mm.
I just am not sure even like what we should do next. Like there are
Mhm.
so many factors at play here that I'm almost overwhelmed, and I'm wondering if
Mhm.
like perhaps the question should be like, what should we do next?
I think
Yeah.
that's perfectly valid.
I
Like,
think that's
what is the
perfectly
next logical
valid.
step to do?
Mhm.
I
Right.
wanted to give us that extra boost with the
Yeah, so you
teamwork
could ask.
because I saw that if you get a 12, you can ask any question not on the list. So I just thought that would help. I felt like we needed the extra like guidance, and I hope that's okay, Philippa.
Mhm.
No,
we're
that's
just
fine. That's
like,
what this is for. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You won the game.
Yes. So yeah, you've got like you're kind of like you've got your phones out, you're all kind of putting together the info. And so I'll kind of list through the options that you've kind of established and some pros to them and things. So
Okay.
you've got Kira is currently in the factory with, well, as far as you know, Jennifer, although Jennifer may have
Although
had
she
a
was
pain
on her way
already.
back.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're not sure. Kira is either at the factory or at home, but you don't know exactly. So it might even be false hope to go to the factory right away.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You could try and call for help, but as you say, you don't know if anyone is in range to hear it. You think that if you were to do something like that, it may not be a power move that would help, but you might need some other form of amplification of your power, perhaps something that you haven't found yet. And then the other option is, as you say, you could go into those tunnels into the castle. But of course, going through the glass tunnels into the caves is maybe not the only route. There may be other routes down that perhaps Timothy might know of, or that you could search for around the beach and the cliffs, because there are a lot of caves and things in the cliffs and stuff. So you could sneak in there away from that main entrance with the glass tunnel underneath. So sort of putting it together, you think I would suggest as GM, the castle has a lot of interesting stuff going on, but there are ways to make it safer for you as well. So you could do a bit of investigating. And it's phrased like on Glimpse of Truth, 10 plus hold 3, on a 12 plus ask the GM any question. So if you wanted to like ask another question from the list about like how to get in or anything, we could also kind of do that. In fact, I'll add into this role because it's a 12 plus. I think Timothy kind of like calms down enough after like licking the milk off and turning back into his cat form. And he's like, and when you mention the castle, he's like, oh, there are some steps down from the dungeons that go into the cliffs.
Oh.
Which would make sense because we have that tunnel situation that's coming towards this
Right.
direction.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
It helps to stay low. I don't think they'll be checking here unless,
Yeah, and this castle's
people.
really old. We might be able,
Yeah.
whatever it is that we need to, because Timothy's here, obviously. Maybe there's something here that would be able to help us reach out. No, I think we should go with exploring the castle tonight before we go to bed, and then we can come back in the morning, if we miss anything. But I think we should look around.
There's actually tomorrow a dress rehearsal for the showcase. So Connor
Right.
and Sadie and anyone else in the choir, you'll
We'll
be
be
coming
in
up
there.
to the castle anyway tomorrow afternoon.
Mhm.
Okay.
And someone told, I think, Will that I was going to be doing poetry or something.
So Will is
Yes.
waiting in anticipation for your poetry, Maya.
Frantically scribbling something down.
Timothy, what would be the best way to get down to the dungeon?
Should we swim? Via the water or?
He's kind of like, well, if you must insist that you're going to go, now we're in the castle. We could probably go through the castle to the
Okay.
indoor entrance,
Mhm.
or if you went back down to the bay, some of the caves there also, I believe I've swum around those and seen some of them go in as well.
Well, we're already in the castle. It isn't going to make much sense to go outside of the castle, come back into the castle.
Right.
Yeah.
If we can navigate through here. All
I
right.
say let's head on down.
Let's get to
Lead the way.
sleeping.
Timothy sort of wags his tail for a moment, like in that sort of way that cats do when they like think of something that's like irritates them. And he's like, I should say I've never actually been past the final steps of the dungeon because I don't like it down there. It's a bit dark.
Oh,
I don't know
well,
exactly what will be waiting for us, but
Well, I mean,
you'll be there, so it'll be fine.
no, it'll be fine. And then we also have Maeve, and we've got Amaya, and we have Sadie, who's really smart and looked at the maps of the castle. As I like get behind Sadie and put Sadie in front of me,
I
as
shuffle to the
this is-
front.
This is Hector's way of
Yeah.
prompting Sadie to use a be vigilant roll.
Okay.
You will also have the highest mental.
Okay.
That's true.
So Connor's like, I'm just like, I'm living my himbo life. My smart lesbian best friend is going to guide us. Like,
Yeah.
And I'll
Although,
Oh.
sorry, please go.
I was just gonna say I'll just hide behind Maeve and be like I know that we're not on good terms right now, but I am really afraid, Maeve. Is it okay if I just like stand behind you?
I mean, I assume that you did it before you asked, because
Yes.
then I'm gonna flinch. But then as you speak, I'll just be like, whatever. Don't be scared.
So Connor's come from behind Sadie because now it's like a 3-step sort of, and just be like, is there something going on?
Not if you ask Sadie, but let's just let's get out of here first, and then we can, talk about it.
Not if you ask Sadie.
Okay. So
Not if you ask
okay,
either
all right.
of us.
Okay, all right. We're about to step into peril. And the last thing that we need to do is step into peril when everybody's mad at one another. So what we're gonna do?
I'm not mad.
You're not mad. Well, you sound mad.
You seem pretty
Like-
I'm
mad,
indifferent.
Maeve.
I'm indifferent. I'm mad because we're discussing this now, and we're about to head off on a grand old adventure.
Did you like? Okay. All of a sudden, you have amnesia about what happens when we're not on the same page before we go into danger, or did you completely forget when Sadie was off doing ballet stuff and me and Amaya were fighting over nothing, and it made everything harder? No, we're gonna resolve this right here, right now, before this fight gets us all into trouble. Okay, like I needed to do the work to like make Amaya uncomfortable, and you need to do the work to make the Caroline uncomfortable. And it's like Connor, like, gets a little like he's a little flushed, and like his hair, like it's he's just a little like like he's frustrated. He's like,
I imagine also this is happening in like you've ended up in like sort of the great hall of the castle, so there's just like a nice like tapestry behind you, and then like a little sign like "Who were the Normans?"
So Connor, just for context, people at the party spreading rumors about me and Sadie.
Gross.
Nothing happened.
I know nothing happened. You're not
People-
really like I'm the boy crazy one.
People are
Yeah.
weird, and I don't get them. But yes, that's what happened.
And I
Oh,
had my first beer before I talked about it, and I've never had a drink of alcohol in my life before, and I didn't know that it meant that I forgot how to think and have thoughts. and so I overshared, and I think maybe you took it the wrong way, but I don't like Maya in any way how I like you. Oh,
Maya's
cheers.
just like blinking, like what?
Oh, I might be a little drunk still. Did I just say that out loud?
You did.
Oh.
I guess I was blowing it out of proportion. I'm drunk too, you know. It's just a.
Do you still have any of those beers on you?
She pulls one out. Yeah.
Do you want to have a quick drink together and maybe we can be friends again? I'm really
Cracks it
sorry.
open with a lighter. I think that's a good idea.
Okay. Cheers. And Sadie like
All right.
slowly cheers and then takes a sip and is like,
Don't drink it. Maeve takes it from her. You
"Oh
don't need to
yeah,
drink
we
it
don't want any
anymore.
more hurt feelings. I don't want to hurt your feelings again. Maybe I
No,
will
we
take a
don't-
break from alcohol."
Short one. Like we can, we're not in the middle of peril. We can go out for a pint. But do we feel better?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Thank goodness. Now,
Is it time?
oh my goodness. I look up. I'm like, oh yeah, we are in the Great Hall. I'm so sorry about that. I didn't mean to this is very important to me. I
think it added to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Mm.
Okay.
Timothy's just standing in the corner, like one leg up, like, are we ready now?
Yes, I think we are.
Yes, we're ready. We're ready now.
Yeah.
Yeah, as we resume
Just
like
a tail up,
Scooby-Doo.
like a tour guide, like starts taking you, continuing through the castle. I'm interested also, how is Maeve feeling after all of that confrontation as well?
I think
What's going
it's
through
not
Maeve's head?
really. The only thing that processed in Maeve's head is what Sadie said. But like the rest of it is just kind of like she's kind of forgotten why she was angry in the first place.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because she's drunk or whatever. So
Okay, so you've tapped cans.
Yeah.
Made up. I
I
think
nudge her
that's.
on the shoulder.
Do you think that's enough for you to have mended your relationship for now?
I think so. I mean, it was just me, right? Because it was mine to her.
Yeah.
She's not
Right.
upset with me, so
Okay.
yeah.
If you think that's enough, you can say that is mended, so you don't have those
Yeah.
Woohoo!
hits for you. Okay, so yeah, as you're walking in the front, you feel Sadie close behind, no longer holding the beer can but not drinking any, not knowing there's no bins. Of course, there's no bins in here. All of the seats in here have little thistles on to stop you from sitting down because they're all old.
Yeah.
Please take your rubbish with you. Oh, great.
Connor is with Amaya's consent is going to put a friendly, neutral arm around Amaya's shoulders and just be like, "Man, we're all really going through it, aren't we?
Just a little bit.
Just a touch. We're gonna get through this. It's gonna be all right. I didn't mean to go off, but like being
No.
unconscious for hours is very scary."
Yeah, it did not look good. I'm really glad that we got you out of there. Oh, and you didn't meet my friend. Oh, he'll be down at the water.
You have a new friend?
What did I name him?
Wiggles.
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 My brain, I was like
Wiggles.
wobbles. I knew it was a W.
Close.
Yeah.
Something unstable, like
Yeah,
a little
exactly.
shaky.
Yeah. Wiggles?
Yeah, you'll meet him.
Okay. All
Don't worry
right. I
about
like
it.
meeting
You'll meet
I
him.
like meeting new friends. Be lovely.
Your conversation continues as Timothy tries to push open a heavy door with his paw.
And then we
isn't
help
able to,
him.
waits for somebody to help you, and then he trots off down these winding stairs, which start as the carved stone of the castle, but get rougher and rougher as you go down until you're walking on mostly eroded steps, with the walls starting to turn from hewn stone into just sort of the same rock as the cliffs that you've seen outside. The stairs also then start to level out into a little sort of winding tunnel. But But you notice that on the sides of the tunnel walls are some paintings in a not dissimilar style to the tapestry that you saw in the Great Hall.
Oh.
You see some images of various well, you read the sign, the Normans. You see some more Norman style paintings of men and women who are, they've got crowns on. They've got the crest from the castle. They're obviously the owners of the castle as well. And you can see little scenes of them painted on here as you kind of go along.
Does it seem to be part of a tour as well, or are we getting further into non-public
I think you've actually had to
section?
duck past a little like no entry.
Okay.
Run.
Okay.
I'm
Interesting.
gonna run my fingers along the symbols, like not on the symbols themselves, because I don't want the oil to
Yeah.
erode the paint, but like around the rocks and look. And I would like to try glimpse the truth, even though I'm not good at it. I think
Sure.
Connor would try anyway.
Of course.
Oh, of course. I rolled a 6 and a 5. So, but I think I have -1 mental. Let me check. No, I don't. I have 0 mental. Okay.
Nice.
You are an 11.
So a total of 11.
If anyone wanted to help out and have a little look.
Oh,
Yeah, does anybody
yeah.
want to help? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
Can you tell me how you're doing?
oh shit, but I don't have mental.
I'm curious,
But
would
you
it make
have, I've got
sense?
your back because it's different. So there's 4 different, you can do this together.
Okay,
Don't
oh yeah,
forget.
yeah.
So, but I've
I
got
do
your
the
back as
emotional
physical,
one.
so
So
you have to
I
tell
back
me
as
how you do
physical.
it.
Yeah.
or like maybe part of the painting goes behind like something that's covering it.
Yeah,
So I'm trying to
sure,
push the thing away.
Some of it goes into, there's another dip in the
Mm.
stairs, and some of it's on the roof, so you could maybe try and help lift
I got
Connor
an
up or
11.
something, yeah. Brilliant. And what's your relationship with
Nice.
Connor?
It's
Cooperative.
Cooperative. Okay, so so 1 in the power pool. And on a 10+, your target gains +1 to the next roll, and you add 1 to your power pool. So the
So you have
total power pool together, 1 is 12
Perfect.
at the moment.
Okay, I thought that we were
Mm.
10, so goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Well, we just got 2 more, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then Connor also gets 12
Yes.
on his
Yeah.
So yeah.
roll.
So you can ask any question you like on Glimpse the Truth.
Oh gosh. Okay. For the any question I like, are these symbols a way or a big clue to, this is rough because like the
Our
GM in me
powers?
is like you know what, are these symbols some mystical connection to like mermaid magic, sea magic? Like maybe like Connor's trying to find a way maybe to reach out to either his mother or other mythical mermaid figures, and he's wondering if these symbols are like is this a castle, is this a magic castle secret we can use that can help us? How's that? That's my specific question.
Yeah.
As I look at these
Is it to do with mermaid magic? Can it help?
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
Ah!
Yes, it can.
Dun, dun, dun.
So as you're kind of going along, and Maeve gives you a boost, you can see some of the higher up paintings, and the ones on the bottom. It's a good thing you got that help from Maeve there, because the ones on the bottom seem more mundane. You just see like some knights and like people of the house, but you can see half hidden towards the roof is this family tree. And as you trace the family tree up, you see many sons and daughters of this noble family. And it traces all the way up, but you see right at the top, instead of a man and woman sitting on a throne, you see a man, and you see what looks like some sort of mermaid. You see a woman who her top half is human, but her bottom half is long and elongated, sort of sea snake like. And you see that this family tree, then as you look closer, you see some of the daughters and some of the sons also have this same tail coming out from under their tabards and skirts and things. And I think on this 12, like you're all kind of getting in on it. Maya, you remember your parent, you studied some folklore and things. And this kind of draws some memories from you of reading some stuff about European folklore, about myths of the mermaid and the Melusine, of anyone who, when they bathe, when they touch water, they turn into a sort of snake-like, fish-like form. And you can see, yeah, this family tree is obviously depicting some people who came over as Normans with the French, who were obviously touched in the same way as this myth that you've heard about. But in terms of how it can help you, you also see them seated in this grand seat, this ancestral hall of theirs, and you can see that this sort of the woman, the Melusine, is holding like a sort of orb that seems to have like the waves of the ocean flowing into it, and then little like wiggles painted on of like sort of power emanating out. And you think, wow, wonder what that could be, some sort of magical stone or orb or crystal or something that seems to be uniting her with like the power of the sea.
Can I?
Free to ask more questions about this painting as well if you want.
Can I have deja vu in this moment?
Of course.
As it all fits together, and I recognize this and I see this, and I'm like, this is important. I think I remember something about this. Please, dice. Please, dice like me.
You can do this. I believe in you. Just have clarity. Just breathe through
Look
it,
at her
Maya.
face.
And I'm going to use we can do this together.
Okay.
Whether I know the results or not, it's what my character would do. I'm going to spend a PowerPoint to give myself advantage.
Nice.
Because we have them to give me
that
third try. So we've gone from 12 to 11 PowerPoints. Here we go. Okay. Good thing I had that advantage. So 4 on the advantage die, 3 plus an additional 3, for a total of 10. So your target gains +1 to their next roll, which would be this roll, because that was my intention, and then another to the power pool. Well, a total of 2, because
so you're up to 13.
Feel the love.
+1 gain 2.
Okay.
How are we doing?
So that gets a +1 to the roll for Maya.
So that brings me to an 8.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
Because I was just looking at the dice and I was like, shoot, that's 5. And I forgot that my mystical is +2. So it's 7. Gotcha. So then with yours, it's an 8. Oh, okay. So on a 7 to 9, hold 1. So I am just trying to like connect with this and see have I ever seen anything like this that relates to it like in real life? And I'm just trying to see of these things, because there's a strange mix of holds.
Yes,
the target loses something important and you know what it is.
Ooh, okay.
Did I see with the Hanover Corporation, did they have this orb or whatever it is?
Okay.
And I found it in my dreams.
Okay, so I think I can think what the thing is, but I'm just wondering. Okay, it's kind of all fitting together because we think back, actually, you get like a kind of deja vu plus like a memory at the same time as it fits together. You think back to when you were skimming along the bookcase in Jennifer Hanover's room, and you saw, you were focusing on, oh, she wrote her own book, how cringe. But she'd also got all of these other books on folklore. She'd got books on European folklore and also on travels to France. And as you were, I think the thing she's lost is actually like, as you were like pulling out the book, maybe you also like took some of the other books out and put them aside. And you actually like, I don't know, put them in your pocket or something just to kind of like move them out the way. And then you got distracted. And so this deja vu.
I have one of those satchel bags.
exactly. You're like, oh, I'll just
Mhm.
grab some of these as I go in. And so the deja vu is you kind of get this image of um, Jennifer Hanover in her room, late at night, sketching out little notes in the corners of some of these books that you've actually ended up taking. And so you're able to like open them up to the page you were dreaming of. You're imagining, and you're like, oh yeah, there's her handwriting, and you can see that she's been sketching notes in this history of Poitou. In France, which is where the Melusine myth comes from, and you can see that there's like a little section on it about that myth and like castles you can visit and things, and then a little like drawing of a very similar design to what's on this painting in the castle. And you can see she's made some notes that say inherited, can it be triggered, and like can I find any of these, what's the closest match, basically. And sort of like some notes, must ask Peter about this to do further experiments. Basically her being like, I want that. give me that one.
Okay.
Mm.
I don't even remember grabbing these notebooks, but I just remembered this dream that I had, and this I was taking these books out and I found this one, and look, it's very similar. It's
It is.
That's what she's looking for.
Or has she already found it?
I don't know.
Oh.
Melusine. I mean, that's a very different type of mermaid from the kind that I'm like, but we found these signs. We found this. Should we keep exploring the castle? Should we try and get some sleep and see what we're going to do with this information in the morning?
I mean, it's after midnight at this point.
I don't want to
Yeah.
get in trouble with Maeve's dad.
No, let's
He's
Yeah, my
already
parents are
asleep, but
staying
yeah.
up waiting for me.
Timothy, can you get us snuck out of the castle and then we can see you in the morning? Maybe do a little bit more exploring before the dress rehearsal?
Of course, yes. We can go
Oh,
back the same way.
could someone take pictures of these? I don't
Oh
have my
yeah.
phone.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I can do that.
You take some pictures.
Snap, snap,
Okay.
snap. Everyone's
Yeah.
taking pictures.
Then we start taking some selfies with
Yeah.
Just a
Like-
question. Do you have auto upload to your Google Photos?
I don't.
No.
I take way too many.
I think you do. I'm spending one of my holes. Oh no. Wouldn't that be bad if it got into the cloud where someone might be looking?
In my head, I was just like, who uses the cloud for photos? I take too many and then you have to pay for it.
That's what holds are for.
Oh. Well, they knew we were here anyway. It's okay.
It's true. They're probably tracking our phones anyway.
Yeah, those darn teenage mermaids. Yeah, we're gonna do the smart thing and we're gonna go back to our parents' house where it's safe.
Hector, do you have one, or sorry, Connor. Connor, do you have one more question you could ask? Or is it, did you already ask
Yes,
one?
I do. Well, I have
While
the
we're
one big
here.
question, and then I can also ask some of these on the list. I would like to ask what happened here recently to try and see if there's any evidence of other people having found these symbols, or evidence of maybe pieces of. I know this is the GM and me asking, but like maybe pieces of paper, maybe someone took
Yeah,
a
of
rubbing,
course.
like who knows, like any kind of.
Yeah, you see further down the steps, dusty footprints of large combat boots, probably worn by some buff guys.
Okay.
So it looks like perhaps recently what happened here was some people came up from further below who were probably some of the guards from Hanover and saw these pictures.
So they've been here. And then I'm gonna see. Oh, okay, here's a good one. What's the most useful thing here?
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. um. Hmm.
The orb glowing in the corner.
That would
It's
be
on a
fantastic.
stand. There's a pearl, sculpted stone. It looks
Yeah.
like seaweed. It's just. Oh,
It
Yes,
is-
it's
I think-
singing faintly.
I think it is the pearl, but it is the painting of the pearl in that you can
Gotcha.
see actually as you look closer, she's the lady in the painting is kind of holding it kind of close to her, sort of I think like to her chest, almost like humming into it, and that's like what's releasing like the little like waves of power.
Oh.
So like yeah, up to her heart basically.
Okay.
Where is it?
Mm.
I
You
already
touch
used that.
touch the painting.
Hold on a second.
You just painting,
What's
it's just
about
rock and paint.
useful
Oh.
thing? What needs to be?
Who is in control? Or what?
Well, there's what is here that's not what appears to be,
Mm.
or what is it they're trying to hide? I already know what they're trying to hide. They're trying to hide the name pearl.
Mm.
What is it here that is not what it appears to be? Because Connor's like looking around and knows that, mythical beings like to conceal their things, and it's usually like, a misdirection.
Mm.
So I'm kind of Connor's looking for like a secret tunnel or a hatch, or something that they could follow up on in the morning or right now. You never know.
Yeah.
Before we go home to the safety of our parents.
The hopeful safety of our parents.
Yeah.
Okay.
Helpful.
Yes, you're like, okay, what's here? Not appears to be. You're sort of like pressing around, sort of trying to find any little dips in the walls and things.
Connor's just like, oh, let me try and see if I can find one more thing before we go home.
And as you step forward, your foot steps on the top stair, and that's what ends up like depressing into a little switch rather than anything on the wall, I think. And it's like,
right.
And you can see that further down the staircase, it was dark. But you've obviously triggered something, and you can see a pale blue sort of moonlight shimmer sort of glowing from the bottom of the staircase now.
Connor, what did you do?
Well, we have to go down there now.
We have to. We have
You
to.
open the door.
Let's go.
I just want to double check home. I'm so sorry, Maya. I promise I'll buy you pasty in the morning. And I like go over to like the entrance. Is it like water reflecting, or is it just
Is it a
like
moon pool?
yeah?
A moon pool is not a moon pool.
Is
it a round orb?
Completely ripped off H2O, although I have taken many elements from it. You all slowly descend down the stairs, and yeah, you see that the step has like opened a little sort of like doorway in the rock, and you enter into a large sort of cavern, a cavernous cave that's been sitting under this castle the whole time, and no one's found it. And the floor is like covered in sort of like shiny pearlescent seashells that are reflecting that blue light that is coming from not a lap-sized orb, but more sort of like halfway fills the cave size orb that is sitting, bobbing in this big pool of water that you can see is gently moving out of the entrance to the cavern. As the tide gently laps against it, you can see just like ripples forming on the orb as the power of the waves just slowly kind of comes into it, and sort of helps emanate that light from it and illuminates the whole cave around it. You can see there's also some other entrances to this cave that go off into other tunnels through the rock as well.
Is the water reacting in any way? Or is it just...
It's just
Floating.
lapping around it.
Okay.
It's more like the orb itself is reacting to the water.
So were the mermaids in the pictures giants?
Or
Ooh.
has the orb gotten
bigger.
bigger over time and become more powerful?
Well,
Good.
I think that there's one way to find
Thoughts.
out. Let's touch
Jump
the
in.
pearl and ask the girl.
Also, can we close the secret entrance door behind us? Please?
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking you should
Uh-oh.
definitely do that, but Maeve is
Yeah.
running in.
I think
Yeah.
the way it closes
Maya's.
is yeah, because it was like a pressure plate, it just
Uh-huh.
slowly like closes across.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Splash.
And yes, I'm gonna go splash in. Unless Sadie says something, because Sadie's kind of a common sense person.
Mm.
Like,
I think this is only something that experience will discover. I don't have any more brain cells.
all
for
right,
you.
let's do this. And then like I'm also gonna slide in and transform and like
You all dive
I'm imagining we all kind of like, you know, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I think it'd be fun if we all splashed in and turned into mermaids and then all touched the pearl together and try to commune with it.
And then Amaya is just hesitantly like, this is cringe.
Yeah. Also, Maya
Anya's
has
also.
seen, yeah, Maya has seen way too many crime movies and things, and so that's why she's just like trying to do all of these things half the time failing, but it's fine. She's like,
Yeah,
I've seen this in a James Bond movie. This thing happened.
I'm right there with you. Like that glimpse of the truth roll was a shot in the dark. I was like, and then the dice were like, no, we're gonna tell a story today.
Nope.
But yeah.
So Connor and Maeve and Sadie, you all run forwards and elegantly dive in. Maya, you're a little behind looking around nervously, but you join. And yeah, we have our beautiful transformations. You feel almost buoyant in this water. It's almost more salty than outside, concentrated. So we get like a beautiful sort of like shot of you, like sort of rising back out of the water for a moment, like synchronized swimmers as you come back down again. We get an overhead shot of the orb and you all like swimming around it, very beautiful anime style of like anyway.
I spit water out of my mouth.
Like a little fountain, yes,
Yeah.
beautiful, excellent. And then yes, you all kind of get a little less giddy as you're like, right, okay. And yeah, you go up, you touch the orb.
Thicker black arms and hands.
Like webbed seal, like, you know, fingers.
Long human fingers.
Pretty.
Yeah, but are Caspian's nails done? I imagine that Caspian has like top nail game.
Oh yes, and they're gold.
They're like gold.
Oh yes.
I like how
Dimitri's.
They're just normal.
Nails.
That's okay.
Short nails for fighting. Anyway, you all touch at the same time, and you see those ripples of the waves. It kind of like ripples out from your hands as well, and like ripples over the orb, and you all feel it sort of like pulse back against you, and you all gain 1 experience point.
Whoa.
You feel like the power of the orb kind of like comes into you a little bit.
Okay, that's cool.
Pretty cool.
And yeah, as you're kind of like feeling it connected, you can feel like almost like whale song, like the rush of the ocean. You can hear seagulls squawking, you can hear fish doing little bubbles in tanks. You feel like kind of connected to the ocean in a way that you've kind of felt before as in your mermaid form, but never this strongly. You're kind of like in touch with the ocean itself.
I will mention that in the photograph that we saw, wasn't the person singing to the orb? Like perhaps should
you want to sing?
I think that we should absolutely sing. That would be absolutely lovely. I think my mother would deeply appreciate it.
Maeve starts singing out of tune.
You don't need to sing. Yeah. You don't need to actually sing, but you give a little sing song.
I wanted to sing like a really stupid song. My body went under the ocean. Like really not.
I get knocked down and I get up again.
I know. I was thinking, like the most ridiculous song.
Yeah, I had to find out from some British folks as a teenager that Chumbawamba is not in fact pop. It is bar music. And is the kind of song I didn't know, being American, that it's pub music and it's like a very specific thing, and I had to like learn that. And teenager me was like, "Oh, it's pub music. I didn't know that." Like,
Wait, guys, if the orb needs singing, the showcase is gonna be here tomorrow or later.
Oh.
Is there a connection there?
Do you think that might be the plan, is to have the singing and the chorus activate the orb?
Something like that? And then steal the power while everyone's busy?
Oh.
Does the singing do anything, Philippa?
While you're singing Chumbawamba, no.
Okay, maybe. Perhaps there's a special song.
What song are we singing in the
Let me
choir?
try something. And I put my hands on the pearl again, and then I start singing Gentle Wings of Healing. I'm going to use my actual, like, mermaid singing healing power.
Yes.
Because I know
Yeah.
some of us took harm earlier, and I want to be able to do that. And I'm going to focus my singing magic through the orb to try and heal I think myself and I think
all of us took one.
all of
Yeah,
us
you all
took
took
one.
one, yeah.
So I'm gonna try and heal everyone with my move. Here we go. Gentle winds of healing. I roll persona. And normally I can only hit a number of people equal to my mystical rating. But I'm just gonna see what happens with the pearl because I don't know. I will spend a PowerPoint to give myself advantage because this is important, just to kind of just to add some oomph to the magic, my personal oomph. And I rolled a 9 on the dice, plus persona, that makes it a 10.
Okay, so what does that normally do?
So I heal 1d6. Oh, excuse me. On a 10, I heal 1d6 persona to one target. And then normally roll persona, 1d6 persona to targets equal to your mystical rating, which is 1. And then on a d10 plus, 1d6 persona to. Wait a minute. Did I read that wrong? Hold on. To one target. Oh, on a 7 or 9, I just heal persona to one target. So I have a potential to heal more. I rolled 5. So I heal 5 levels to whomever gets healed by channeling the power through the pearl. Right. So normally I would have healed 5 harm from one person.
One person, yeah.
Yes.
However, yes, in touch with the pearl, the orb, feeling your heart resting against it, the humming from your throat is sort of echoed around the cave and magnified by this orb, and all of you feel you get that same healing. So it seems like it would help all of you. And also, Connor, you kind of feel like it's reaching out past the cave, and there's like a little octopus that's like hurt its tentacle in the sea life center, and you can feel it through the water. You can feel it like stretching out, and you're like, gotta help that octopus. And you can sort of tell that there's like some healing magic has gone in there as well and helped it. So you think it's not like the whole ocean, but like nearby, you can reach out as well with this power.
Whoa.
Did everyone else sense it, like, as well, like or did they just feel the healing go through them? I'm just curious how much I have to share as a character.
I think you all felt like I think what happened for everyone else, what you experienced was, if you're still touching it as well, is you feel like Connor's, or I should say Lorian's healing magic goes through you much more strongly than normal. Normally it's just like a little warm feeling. Now it's almost on the verge of too hot. And then you also hearing like the song of healing. It's like 10 times louder than it would normally be, echoing around as well. And you get the feeling of sort of, when like, not pins and needles, but that sort of buzzing sensation if you like touch something that's like vibrating or something, and it kind of like irritates your hand almost. It feels like that, like there's like static power here as well. So yeah, you can feel that something has been amplified.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
This amplifies everything. I could sense sea creatures in the sea center that were injured. There was an octopus that I saw it. I could feel it through the water, and it healed it. This is an amplifier of mermaid magic.
Ooh.
Oh
Like
my goodness.
Amaya, like you could probably drive away, like you could amplify your
Oh.
voice to scare away the bad guys, right? As I try to find the good, like everything that we've done, your electricity powers, your larger than life personality, Caspian, like this thing can like make it, because I haven't seen any of Caspian's magic yet. This could like make it bigger. Like whatever is within us, it makes it stronger. The Mousseline, they must have brought this with them from France.
So this must be what Jennifer's looking for then. There's no other
Yeah.
one, I would assume.
No.
And
managed. Yeah,
is it
Amaya?
large enough? Is it large enough that it would not be able to be removed from this cave?
Yeah, it definitely wouldn't fit through
Okay.
any of the
Okay.
smaller tunnel entrances around here.
It
Okay,
must
that
have
makes me
gotten-
feel a little bit better.
It must
Maybe
have gotten
that's the-
bigger over the years because it's small in the picture. It must have gotten bigger the bigger the
Long
family
time.
got. Yes.
But do you think that's why they have tunnels coming to the castle? They
To try
know
and
that it's
find
here.
this?
Yeah, to try and find it, and if they need to take it, they'll. I don't know.
Do you think that they would drill in to get to
Mm.
it?
I'm not putting anything past Jennifer.
No.
She's cold-hearted.
Lorian, when you were looking before at the room, there was evidence that they had been there, correct?
Yes, in the room that we
Yes.
just came from.
So the odds of them finding this room and stepping on the step by happenstance is quite high.
It's
Mhm.
very.
So I would say the odds are, yes, they know about this.
But they just can't take it. So maybe they're trying to
Right.
wait for something to
the
steal the
concert.
power.
I
Maybe
think
they
this
think.
all ties back to the concert.
I do
Mhm.
as well. And I'm like looking at these cave entrances, a little frustrated because I'm like, oh, I can't we can't roll it out, we can't swim
No.
it out.
Mhm.
As you're all talking about this, I think, and bobbing in the water, your hands still gently resting because it feels nice to kind of be connected.
Yeah.
You can still feel all of that water around you, and you feel a disturbance in the force of the water. You can feel that there's something, maybe a boat, something like that, at one of the entrances to the caves that leads out
Oh.
into the bay. And it's slowly kind of making its way through. You can't tell what's in the boat, only that there is a boat coming.
I think perhaps it might be time to head out.
Mhm.
Wiggles. Can I
That's
Oh,
summon
yeah.
Wiggles?
Wiggles.
Wiggles.
You feel another little, but a much smaller disturbance in the water of a tiny, we say octopus?
Yes, he's an
A little
octopus.
tiny octopus comes swimming out of one of the other cave entrances and comes and sits on your head.
And
gives you a
immediately
little-
turns black. Wiggles, can you see what that boat is?
Wiggles his little
Cute.
tentacles.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Wiggles, Hector, this is Maya's new minion. Wiggles.
Yes, my
Right.
personal
Octopus.
minion.
Connor's like, hi. And just like, Lorian's like,
Ooh.
hello.
Yeah.
Such a pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
Holds out a
Just kind
tentacle
of-
to, yeah,
just poke
shake your
here.
finger.
Pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. Lovely.
And then does like a little salute, like, ready.
Quickly, please, Wiggles. We need to see what this is.
Okay, do you want to roll?
Yes.
See how
I
well
am
Wiggles does?
I'm doing the assistant role, sending out my minion to perform a simple task. And I'll be
See
able
what
to
this is.
see and hear through his eyes and stuff. So 8 plus 2. Yay, 10. 10. On a
Nice.
10 plus, your minion completes the task successfully, and you can watch through its eyes and hear through its ears.
Okay. So
What does he see?
Wiggles wiggles off, and you can see through his little octopus eyes as he goes through. And again, you're still feeling him kind of go through the water, and he looks and he sees that there is a small motorboat going through one of the tunnels that's like not completely filled with water. And in it there are two of those guards. And that scientist that you saw in the lab coat, who you thought might be Peter Moyle. And they've got some equipment in the boat as well. It looks like there's various like black briefcases, carry cases, some waterproof bags as well.
I don't like this.
They're heading into the center of this cave complex. It is quite wiggly. It's going to take them a little while to get here, but they're heading towards the center. They seem to know where they're going as well.
Okay. If you guys want, we can test your theory. I'm getting the name right, Lorian. We can test your theory on my discombobulating shriek right now.
Oh,
sounds good to me. Let's do it. And
Might as well.
And like I imagine that like I take like Amaya's hand and I put my hand on there and I look at Amaya and I'm like, be careful. It will spread out and it might cause a panic, but we have to protect the girl. I believe in you. And I'm going to use my move, my like we can do this together.
Yeah.
With Amaya to like make this the most like terrifying shriek that there ever was to scare these scientists away. And then I will, but we're making the power pool. I will spend that power pool point to give myself because we've got a groove here. Oh my gosh.
Also, I will just say, just to set up those consequences clearly, if this doesn't go well, but kind of say, for example, a mixed success or below, it might still be amplified, but in a way that you maybe didn't want. So it might draw attention. Yeah. It might maybe scare some civilians and things like that.
That's why Lorian said, be careful because it's going to make it big.
My hope is Amaya's hope is that being able to see them through Wiggle's eyes, that they're able to target them specifically.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. In fact, in that case, because you've already like prepared for it, let's say you have advantage on this, I think, because you used Wiggles to help.
Okay. Sweet.
So I'm waiting for Lorian's roll first.
All right, here we go. All right. 8 plus 3 emotional, 8, 9, 10, 11. That is a total of 11.
Okay.
We have a cooperative relationship, so your target gains +1 to their next roll, and then we add another 1 and then another 1 because I have
you get one anyway, so we're on 5, 10,
a million,
12, 13.
It took me a couple of advancements, but I'm your moral support. I'm your moral support. I'm here to help you guys out, okay?
So how did Maya do?
I am about to roll with advantage.
And a +1.
And a +1. So that's, and then what is this? It's mystical. Awesome. That's a 12.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness.
That's a 12. So
what happens on a 12 or a 10 plus if there's no 12?
On a 10 plus, the target immediately attacks an ally. I'm aiming for the big beefy dude, one of the big beefy dudes, to attack the scientist, because scientists the brains.
Okay. Holding on to the orb as well. Yes, you feel like your normal. You feel your jaw like unhinging like normal to do this huge shriek. It comes out even stronger, but yes, with the help of Connor like guiding you and just expertly having gotten more used to doing it, you're able to like beam it through the water sound waves up to these people in the boat, and again magnified, amplified. All three of them, you see this look of dread, like they turn pale and start looking at each other before the two guards start like wrestling with each other overboard. Peter Moore has picked up what looks like some sort of tripod and is like whacking them over the heads with it as well. And a final little thing that happens with the orb, you can feel sensing on the edge just on the edge of like sort of the distance, the pulse of two sharks, or rather should I say shark hounds, the mummy and the baby shark hound, which you could reach if you wanted to.
Well, I don't want them to attack each other.
But to sort of direct into the others.
I mean, I will happily have them attack the scientist and the big dude.
Mm-hmm.
Preferably not the baby because it's tiny.
Just the mum.
He's like a little dashing, but I'll follow.
So Mummy Shark Hound, in all her great white shark plus sort of Great Dane glory, starts, you can feel, swimming towards the cave as they're all wrestling on the boat. And I think that's a good place to take a little break, as there's some splashes as people all fall in the water. So we'll have a little 5-10 minute break. Our lovely audience, please don't forget to get some water, stretch your legs, and we will be back in about 5-10 minutes. So we will see you then.
Yes.
Bye.
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 Hello, welcome back to Girls Run These Worlds, where we are still playing some Glitter Hearts. We're playing Touch the Ocean, and some mermaids. And just a reminder before we hop right back into the action, we are doing a giveaway. Greg Leatherman has kindly given us some PDF copies of the game to do its little giveaway, and we actually have 2 up for grabs today because one of them rolled over. So if you want to join, you can put !Glitter Hearts in the chat and it will enter you in. So do have a go and join in, and we'll tell you if you won at the end of the episode.
Yay!
So without further ado, let's hop right back into it. So there's been some splashing sounds. Wiggle has covered his eyes with his tentacles as it all got a bit much.
He turned into a pug.
Uncovers them. As he turned into a little pug.
She came back.
Rocket is here for moral support.
Yes.
But yeah, so Wiggles sees after a moment, uncovering his eyes from with his tentacles, that the 2 guards are now nowhere to be seen. And the shark hound is happily gnawing away at the edge of the boat, and Peter Moyle is standing alone, looking extremely worried and scared of the shark hound, trying to sort of fend it off with his sort of tripod bit, but not working very well. It's mostly just going on the boat, trying to sink it. And he seems to be sort of like fumbling with one of the large black briefcases as well. But Wiggles can't see what's inside of it when he opens it up.
And I'm like, my eyes are completely pitch black, by the way,
Yeah.
as Amaya. For anyone who hasn't seen this yet, just giant open mouth, like horrifying face. And so I'm just describing everything that I'm seeing as Wiggles is seeing this.
Oh.
Well,
If
that's a
they're-
thing that happened.
If those guards are
Mhm.
hybrids, then we should expect them to be swimming at
I
any point.
don't think
Right?
that's going to happen.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. So we've
Good.
bought ourselves some time. Okay, how can we get
We just need to get
oh,
out.
wait, no, Maeve.
Hmm?
Could you collapse the entrances?
I can certainly try. But
I mean,
also,
like I'll totally
Dimitri.
help. Like I can help.
Mhm.
Like, but I know
Yeah.
that like I've seen you like hit like with your tail, and I've seen you create like avalanches. So
Oh yeah.
like if we can like make like a controlled small cave in, we could at least keep them from using any of the entrances they've already made. Like
Lauren,
this.
you haven't seen my new little gadget. It's not a little minion friend like Amaya's, like Wiggle. But
Oh.
yeah, my dad gave me a present on his birthday. It was a little weird. I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, but and she
Right.
pulls it out from her little shell bra. It's a little screwdriver that she just hits, and it just hits it again because it's not working, and then it explodes in like a fiery kind of sword type situation.
Oh.
Yeah, I think this would help, wouldn't it?
I definitely agree.
Okay. So
Amaya, as you're watching this amazing flaming sword, Wiggles does see Peter Moyle lift out what looks like a small vial of something and brings it to his lips to drink.
Oh,
Anyway, carrying
we're
on.
about to have incoming crazy scientist who just drank something, does not look good, might be becoming a shark person himself. Act fast.
yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
So Maeve,
Maeve.
sorry, Demetra, you've got your
Demetra's gotta
flaming
try.
sword. You can feel with your hand on the orb as well, it's sort of flaming brighter than usual as well, again, being amplified by that orb. But when you take your hand off, it does come back to its normal amount, so you do have to be touching the orb.
I've got
Oh,
an idea. Somebody take
chain?
my hand. A chain.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
exactly. So we're gonna make like
Yes.
a mermaid chain where like we flow the power through one another. That's gonna be the
Yes.
flavor for my help. Like we
Helping,
can do this.
absolutely, yeah.
And then like maybe I'm assuming or Demetrius gonna try and like smash a cave in with the flaming sword. Like
Sure.
and I know
Yeah,
there's
I'll attach
multiple
to the end.
entrances. Yeah.
Yeah, imagine all four of you are in Caspian, you slide in Maya, you're sort of doing it, but also still being like, where's Wiggles?
Well, and also just to point it out, we can do mermaid chain by holding on to the end of our fins, and then you can get further.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
That's even
Yes.
cooler.
Very
Like,
smart.
Yes.
I can imagine.
We just
have
like
lovely
entwining our fins together.
blackfish fins from Amaya. We have beautiful tropically fish sort of situation from Caspian, the little soft fur of Lorien, and then Dimitri, you're right up to the edge of the big cave now, and right at the entrance to that tunnel.
I almost got it. I got it.
Got this.
I'm just
All
gonna
right.
just try to hit in a diagonal so that the rocks at the top kind of tumble down.
Gonna spend a PowerPoint to give myself advantage and we can
to help
do
out.
this
Yeah.
to help. Yeah.
And then I do
Because you're basically earning it right back when you do it. So that's good. I think. Do you want to hurt Peter in the rubble? That would be clash, or do you just want to sort of cause the cave in general? I think that would be thwart peril.
Thwart peril. Oh yeah, because someone's coming.
All right, here we go. My dice roll is 11.
Okay. And is that cooperative?
It is cooperative. So your
Okay,
target
so
gains
we've
plus
got-
1, and
And
then
you're
an
getting
additional.
more power pool points as well. So we're back up to 2. So we're
Hmm.
11, 12,
So I
13,
rolled-
14.
Yeah, I rolled a 4 on the dice. But plus physical is 2, so
Physical,
5,
and then another plus
and then
1.
plus 1. So
Oh,
6.
6.
Oh,
Still a
no.
failure.
Wait, no,
It's okay.
4 plus physical is 2, so it's 6. And then
Plus
7.
one is
And then
seven.
plus 1.
Okay,
Yay!
counting.
Okay. Phew.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
What is
so-
that?
The
On a
power
7
of
to 9.
friendship. That's what that is.
Mhm. At first,
Yeah.
it kind of, I'm not sure if it works. And then I realized.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
can
on
do
a 7
this.
to 9 on thought peril, offer your worst outcome, a hard choice, or an extra price to pay. Ooh.
I'm with.
Hard choice.
Hmm?
Either you can fully collapse the cave, but the angle that you're going to need to do it means you're going to get like stuck on the inside of the cave as well, and you'll need to find a way out. Or you can do it, but getting back, you would take, I think, on a cave in at least 2 harm.
I think. I'll take the harm for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, it will.
Okay, so
I'll get hit by some rocks
Oh.
and then start bleeding a little.
they
All right.
glance onto your arm.
Yeah. After that happens, I think Connor or Lorian is like, oh no, no, none of that. I think I learned a new trick while I was asleep, and I would like to share it with you as my new advancement, soothing touch. I reach over and I just sort of put my hand on Demetra's injuries, and instead of singing, like my hand just like starts to glow a little bit with like a soft, like the same light you would get of like the moonlight
Same-
reflecting off of the
same
ocean,
blue, yeah.
but it's emanating from my
Ooh.
hand. So, and I'm gonna go ahead and use my new purifying touch. So I have to roll persona. And then I will spend a PowerPoint, give myself advantage.
Might as
It
well.
won't-
So we're on 13.
We
at the
have
moment.
It
so
won't-
many of them.
It won't regenerate. It's just because the right combination of moves got activated. All right, so 9 plus 1 persona is a 10.
Nice.
And then on a 10, I remove. Oh, purifying touch is for removing conditions. Whoops.
Okay, we can just say you don't do it for now.
No,
And we'll just
I
that
don't
Nah,
do it
later.
now.
I'm
No,
fine.
I'll
I'm
just use my other power. I'll use my other power. I'll sing. I have a singing power.
Yes.
Soothing. Where did it go? Playing a healer action. Gentle winds of healing. So I do sing, but like I do touch the wound, and like wind kind of comes up around. And then on a 10.
I'm happy to have that be the same roll.
Yeah. Happy. Yeah, I
want.
want to double check. Can that be the same roll, Philippa, instead?
Yeah.
It was
So-
the same stats.
and
And
it's with the-
then I
so just
and then
yeah, it's the same.
I rolled a 2, so I heal 2
Oh.
Hey,
Thank
Yeah.
you, Lorian.
Perfect.
Oh,
You're the best.
You're most welcome. I have another trick that also kind of my healing powers have gotten stronger, not just from
Yeah, I could tell. We can all tell. We really, really missed you while we were, in the lab. We could really use your name.
Oh,
yeah.
While
I'm
this
glad-
is happening, Caspian and Amaya, these two are kind of concentrating on being healed up, but you can sort of feel being in the pool, touching the orb, pondering it, one might say. You can feel like the vibrations of all those rocks settling, and you can tell there are still a few little gaps. And so Amaya, you can feel Wiggle slowly starting to like worm his way through the little gaps in the rock to come back.
Okay.
He's fine.
Yeah. I figured he was
but-
far enough away. I wasn't worried about him.
Yeah, but weirdly, you can feel the boat trapped amongst the rocks, but you can't feel like a human shape where Peter Moyle should be. in fact, all that you can feel in the water is a sort of slimy, sort of tube blob of some
Oh,
sort that seems to
no.
also be worming its way
Oh,
through
no.
the
Is
rock
he like a
spaces, catching
lamprey?
up with Wiggles.
Oh, no. Is he like a lamprey or something? Oh, God.
Oh,
Ugh, or
um,
like
No.
a version of that like blobby stuff that we saw
Oh,
way
yeah,
back
that
when.
too.
Oh,
it
yeah.
could be that.
I'm gonna say I'm hoping for that because my first thought was lamprey. Anyway, I'm going to just be like, Wiggles, get away. I don't know if I could talk to him over long distance. But
Okay, what are we doing then?
Can we
gotta
leave?
go.
We should leave.
we should leave.
We need to
We
get
should
out
go.
of here.
No, I absolutely agree. Like exit stage right. I just don't. I hate the idea of leaving this pearl for whatever that sludge monster is gonna.
We don't really have a choice though. He's going to see us.
No, you're right. And I like start to
Yeah.
push out of the water and like dry off as quickly as I can, like so that we can run out of here.
As
Mhm.
Demetra
You turn back
also
into
gets
Connor.
it. She's asking over her shoulder, but do we think we could, take it on?
It's way too big. We can't.
Yeah. Okay.
It actually doesn't feel massive. It feels actually quite small. It's just stretched out. And Wiggles
Huh.
feels a little tug on his back tentacle that feels very slimy.
No.
And you see Wiggles poke his little octopus head out and is like, "Ee!" and his front
Oh.
tentacle's like, "Ee, ee, ee," but he's getting pulled. Amaya, Caspian, you're still in the water. What do you want to do?
Yank him.
Mm.
Give him a little
Get the little
pull.
guy out.
Mm.
I would suggest this is actually protect someone.
Yeah.
Standing in defense of a person, item, or location. I don't know which of you is closer who'd like to do
Let
it.
me see what my persona is.
It's over here. Mine's
I
negative
have
one.
+1 persona, so I can try.
Uh-oh.
Do it.
Alrighty.
Do it, do it, do it.
Save Wiggles.
7 + 1, 8.
8.
Hey,
Hey.
mixed success. So, on a 7 to 9, choose one of those options from the list. So you can redirect the attack to yourself, half the damage, put the attacker in a bad position, deal damage back to the attacker equal to your physical rating.
Try to trap the
I-
slime.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I have 0 physical. Put the attacker in a bad position, giving an ally +1 forward against the attack. I think I could do that, right? Does that sound good? Yeah. Okay,
Mhm.
I'll do that.
Okay, so yes, you rush, you swim forwards, Caspian, and you grab Wiggles' little tentacles and give a good pull. Wiggles comes free, and with Wiggles comes attached a sort of slimed hand, but in extreme bright blue and yellow colors, with a sort of white underbelly as this sort of sea slug-like blob emerges and slowly starts to form back into the shape of a man. But as you fling Wiggles aside and grab Wiggles out of the water, you're able to sort of push
Like
Peter
cradling.
Moyle now in sea slug form towards the side, towards Amaya and to Maeve and Connor on the side. So he's in
Oh
the back.
no, are you not Demetra
Oh.
anymore?
Oh,
Oh,
no,
I
no, no,
mean,
we
I
didn't have
didn't-
enough. We didn't have enough time to dry off. Like,
Yeah, you're just
we
on the
lit-
side, still mermaiding.
Yeah, maybe I'll just go back in.
Yeah, roll
I'm
back
gonna just
in.
roll back in. Oh,
You have a weapon
Oh,
attack.
yeah,
and
definitely.
Wiggles does still take a little bit of harm. So Wiggles has the same amount of HP as you, I think we'll
Mhm.
say.
Oh, that's
okay.
a strong
He's
little
a-
octopus.
he's a
I don't want
Strong
him to be hurt.
octopus. Okay,
Because I'm a
good.
softie and I want him to be okay.
Alright.
So he just takes 1 damage from
Okay.
like the yanking on his tentacle.
I'm like petting him. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay.
he's like hiding in your hair, like.
I guess Caspian told everyone that the slug was there, so I roll
Oh,
in
yes.
with my flaming sword, and I'm just gonna clash and try to slash it.
Okay, seems like some slashing, clashing,
Slash and
Yeah.
clash.
And
This
you
is
get
our
a
first clash of
+1.
the game.
and you get a +1
Ooh,
towards that
you
attack.
do.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
I got double ones, guys.
Oh no!
No. Okay.
Oh, and I knew I needed to do advantage before because we have the power pool, but okay.
Oh, well.
This is the story that the dice are trying to tell. So
Yeah.
Mark some
I guess I'm
advantage.
a miss.
I mean, mark experience.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, so yeah, you overshoot it. You're still kind of trying to roll back into the water as you swing, and so you overcook the swing and roll into Peter Moyle's like semi-translucent hands as they grip onto your face and kind of slime over you, and you feel a little bit of like the ooze in your mouth, and you're going to take one damage, but you also feel kind of weird, and like your magic feels like your connection to the pool feels lessened. And you're taking the mundane condition, which means you get -1 on.
No.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And he sort of like slimes you, pushes you out the way, and he starts trying to crawl onto the side. But his limbs are kind of floppy still because he's still kind of recovering from being all like stretched out. But yeah, as he gets up, he turns and looks at I think Connor, as you've been sliding back into the like getting ready to go back in the water, and he's going to run towards you, like aiming a kick.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to it's thwart peril, right?
If you want to dodge out the way, yeah.
Yeah, I am going to try and dodge out the way and slide into the water. So that his kick like goes like wide. Let's see here.
So that is physical.
No, that is a fail. I got a 4.
Ooh.
Okay, well, mark experience.
No,
You
all
feel
good.
this weirdly jelly-like boot push into your back, and you get forcefully shoved into the water instead, taking 1 damage.
Gotcha. And then I will go ahead and I would like to do something as well. I get kicked. It's not good. I am going to like get kicked, splash into the water, and then splash back up and put a hand up and look directly into the scientist's eye and be like, you don't want to do this. This is going to harm the community. It's not going to make you any money. It's not going to help anyone. People are getting hurt, including children. It has to stop here. And I'm going to touch their heart.
Yes, you hear him sort of shouting like, "Oh, it's making me a lot of money," but then
Yeah,
shouting back at him. So
yeah, no, I hear
touching
you.
their heart, you're going to roll with plus emotional.
Okay, I'm going to also spend a PowerPoint to give myself advantage because this is a cold-hearted snake. Oh, I know that we can't do it a little bit further, but you know. Oh God.
Wait,
Okay,
we can do this together?
Yes, we can. You can help me.
What do you want to do?
I'm gonna do the 2 heads are better than 1, and also say to this Peter, be like, yes, and there are a lot of other ways you can make a lot more money and become almost as rich as me.
Ooh. Interesting. Okay, so let's roll. Yeah, roll that. We can do this together first so that we have tension.
Okay, I got 9.
Okay, mixed success. So we add 1 to our power pool, so back up to 13. And is it a cooperative relationship?
We have a cooperative relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, so give your target +1 on this roll, but you put yourself in danger. Ooh, okay, interesting. We'll see how that plays out in a moment.
All right, here we go.
Danger.
Okay, here we go. We rolled a 2, 3, and a 4 on the dice. 4 and a 3 is a 7, plus 3 from my plus emotional 2, and then 1 from you. So 10.
Nice. Whew, okay, on a 10 plus on Touch the Heart, team members gain +2 to actions against the target. This ends if the target takes damage. You form a competitive relationship with the target. Okay, so let me just write that down. 10 competitive actions. So yeah, he sort of stops as you turn around, and here's Caspian especially being like, more money, and he's like sort of stops panting, like his form kind of settling a bit more back into his human form, but still translucent and like fluorescent colors. And he's like, I'm listening.
Oh.
Okay. I want to give the other player space to do something as well.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's looking at Caspian right now, and he's like, "You say there's a better offer in there?"
Yes. Let me see what I can do here.
Honor? Demetra shouts.
What'd you say?
Honor is the most expensive emotion of us all, of them all. Oh no, I'm not good with people.
Okay. Let me see what I can do. I have a lot of options here.
That's a good one. Oh, that's
offer
a good one.
him a grant. All scientists need grants.
Yes.
Oh man, wait, I forgot I have a move called Radiant Soul where I can take a point from the power pool and upgrade touch the heart checks. Can I do that?
Ooh.
Ah.
Here's Caspian's magic on show.
Yes, finally.
It wasn't. Is that for anyone's touch the heart, or is it for your touch the heart? Not trying to be a mean DM.
No,
I
you're
just
good.
wanted to
Let me
check.
actually read the syntax of this
Yeah.
because I have not had to use it before. What page is this
Because
on?
I have a sinking feeling it might be your own
Be mine.
role.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Okay, 40. Good. Or sorry, I gotta get there,
That's
folks. Thank you for your patience.
How dare you? Look
He's
at
just,
the
like,
rules
tapping
for
his
your
very
little, like,
things.
dare.
Translucent fingers.
Just tapping against the.
Okay.
We're just there's no rush.
Yeah.
Okay, Radiant Soul. My result.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean
But
you can't
useful
say
to know in the
something and
future.
try yourself. Like
Okay, I'm gonna say yes. Money is there is more money in this, and how emotional am I? Not at all, probably.
Let's role play a little. I think because
yeah,
he's
let's
sort of
roleplay a
like
little. Yeah,
I think
yeah.
like Amaya
Um,
says like, oh well, we could get you a grant. He's like, grants, like I've already been kicked out of the academy. Like they've already stripped me of my titles. What's a grant going to do for me that Jennifer Hanover can't already give me?
You won't
So,
have any money.
I don't want to hurt you all, honestly, but like if you could just
No,
get
if
out of the
you-
way of what we're doing here.
well, no, if
We
you
don't
get a
have to fight
grant,
about
if wait,
this.
wait, if you get a grant, then it could potentially be more money than Jennifer has to offer. Also, you have to answer to her. All Jennifer Hanover, she doesn't care about your breakthroughs. She cares about
No, I know that. She's honest. She's upfront. She doesn't care, but she's happy to give me money to do my stuff on the side. So,
But
why
imagine
can't
imagine how acclaimed you would be if you were part of the thing that brought this whole operation to a screeching halt. You would get your certification back. You would definitely be able to earn more money doing something else, and you could be your own boss.
And you
You've
can't get
also-
money
That
from
is
Jennifer
true.
if she's in prison.
You've
Mhm.
also come up with an
Yes.
incredible great way of cleaning the bay. Those blobs that like eat the oil, you just have to figure out a way to use them so they don't harm people and steal people's oil.
That is true. Currently, I'm not allowed to put my name on the project.
Mm-mm.
Ooh, you need
Would be good
credit.
on
You
an
need the
impact
credit you
statement.
deserve.
Would be good for me to get a new citation. That's true. Okay, so he's kind of coming around.
Yeah,
We're on
and
the
then
10 at the moment. He's like, I'm willing to work with you here if what you says is true. But yeah,
Everyone
he's kind of
needs to
looking
know.
towards
Everyone
Caspian,
needs
like,
to know
you
the
said,
name.
yeah.
Yeah,
name.
yeah, and the pearl, this is very unstable. Okay, this is not tested. It's gonna
Oh,
throw
I know.
everything off.
It's
Who
going to be
needs that?
magnificent.
Who needs that stress when you can get just as much acclaim letting us like help you?
Yeah.
Like if this goes
Okay.
sideways, you could go to jail. No one wants to go to jail.
That's true. I don't want to go to jail if I can help
No,
it.
no, exactly.
And it does seem like you're
Um,
rather in the way and posing that as a threat, which I don't really like in my plans here. So
Everyone
tell
needs to know the
me, and
name
he fixes
Peter. What's
Yeah.
your name again?
Peter
Peter.
Moyle.
Moyle.
Exactly.
yeah,
I wrote several very important papers before they kicked me out for
of
ethical
course.
reasons.
Yes.
But yeah, he fixes his eyes with Caspian again. He's like, but tell me, how is this actually going to happen? And let's do a little roll, see if you can
Okay.
bump
Okay.
that up.
Yeah.
I might need some help. I'm just
I will warn you,
You can do
they
this.
may downgrade
Oh, yeah.
as well. So
Well,
Yeah,
take
You get
your
+2.
advantage.
I'm
Take
taking
your-
my advantage this time.
You
well, I
get
got my
+2.
advantage, so I
You
get
got your
wait,
advantage.
Wait,
And
I
I'm
got
gonna
my wait. What's my advantage?
You can use the power pool to
Yeah.
get advantage.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then also from Lorian's touch the heart, you get +2 to any action that's not a clash.
Oh.
Yes.
It says team members gain +2 to actions against the target unless they take damage.
yes, that's true. Yes,
Yes.
+2 on actions.
Oh, Demetra,
Yeah.
you are so
So,
smart
the
and
thing about-
beautiful.
Yeah, touch the
I
heart
like
is
it.
great because it's not just a one and done, it's also a softener. So
Right.
you can
Yes,
facilitate more
yes.
role playing.
I
I
should
was
say also
totally
we've been
ready to
actually
attack,
forgetting
so.
with the power pool, it's actually spend 1 to gain +1 on a roll, spend 2 to gain advantage. So
Yeah.
we'll equal it
Oh,
out for
that's
now because
okay.
obviously you were getting them back in from that.
Oh, yeah, no,
We can do this
of
together
course.
anyway. But just a
gotcha.
reminder for that for the future.
Oh, it's 2? Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for reminding me.
Okay,
But
I
we can do
rolled
that.
an 8 and I get +2, which makes it a
Mhm.
10, and I can spend a power pool point to bump up the roll to 12. Yeah!
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, so on a 12
Oh,
plus,
yeah.
they see the error of their ways and remove themselves from the situation. You may form a relationship with them, aka cooperative or competitive. So he sort of ponders for a moment as you kind of lay out, like, we could, get you some connections. Maya's parents, like, did you say they were sort of professors or like
They're
researchers?
professors, yeah.
Yeah.
They can maybe get you back in. We could, take this to, if we're going to take Jennifer down, you don't want to be embroiled. And you can kind of seeing him thinking it through and him sort of like stroking his little wobbly sea slug chin. And he's like, it seems like you kind of know enough here that it's all going, as you say, it is pretty unstable, that pearl. So I'm always one to cut my losses. When the time is right, it seems like the time is right. I won't get in your way.
All right, Peter
Thank you.
Moyle.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moyle. We
I'm
really
sorry for
appreciate
kicking
it.
you.
Thank you, Mr. Moyle, Peter Moyle.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be all right. We've all managed to completely avoid disaster. And let's figure out how to make you some money ethically,
I mean,
And I
and
wink
he-
at him.
he's like, I mean, there are a lot of good blueprints going on in that lab, so I'm sure we could do something. And yeah, I do have the stuff about the algae and the fatberg cleaning system, so I was kind
Make
of
some
sitting
stuff
on that
happen.
one in case we needed it.
Let's keep this between us for now, Peter Moyle,
Mhm.
and you can clear out anything that you want without being, suspected. And
Yeah, we're gonna help him get any evidence that was left at the castle so that he could take it away, so that only her thugs are implicated if there's any kind of investigation.
Yeah, he can give you some help here. Actually, he knows where stuff is stashed, and he kind of he can also swim through the water as well. So he takes you down some of the other tunnels, and you see they've been stashing little coves full of more of those briefcases and equipment and things and wires and stuff. But none of it's been set up yet. So he's like, okay, if we could move some of this, it'll definitely slow them down a lot. Although there's still quite a lot of equipment to come from the lab as well.
Peter, can I just say, I think it would be very helpful if you did not yet expose yourself as working for us and you were still on the inside. How are you feeling about that?
That would be a stupid thing to do. Yeah, I would.
Excellent. Love that. Can I get your cell number?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Caspian is
Thanks,
the
Finn.
best.
Sure, charming young person. There you go.
Yes.
Peter, we heard that you had, or that you took something to turn into your form. How much of that is there? available of that? Was that the only or a prototype
Oh, no.
or
And you're in one of the little stashes, and he opens up another black briefcase, and you just see it's full, absolutely full of vials.
whoa.
Very much like Emperor's New Groove style, like labeled with different types of fishes and things. And there's just like
Amazing.
a whole little rack of them, and he's like, "Oh no, we have a lot available.
Oh.
We've been working on a
my.
couple of different variations to find just the right mixture."
Is
If you
there a
wanted to do
seal
like a
one?
glimpse of truth here, you could like ask him.
Yeah.
Is there a
I'd like
seal
to
one?
do.
Yeah, I think there's a seal one. Yeah,
Mm,
there's like all sorts of different things in here.
okay.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm
Got my
not
eye on that
any
one.
good, but I will try to glimpse the truth because I'm kind of curious to know
Yeah, because you're chatting
Um,
with him. Yeah.
how well it does.
Amaya's chilling very far away, just petting poor Wiggles, who's been injured slightly by
Yeah,
this
Wiggles
brute
is like
man.
is still very scared of Peter
Ooh.
Moore. He's like,
Yeah.
I
Thought
do
it was
not
a
like
6?
Peter Moyle. I'm just
like holding onto your
back.
like little like pinky like.
Aw.
But he's okay. He just
Emotional
needs
support
a
creature.
good cuddle. Yeah.
I got a 7, luckily.
Okay. So that's you can ask one of the questions from the list.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So this will be in the
I'm gonna
context of
ask-
like what Peter can answer.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask, what are Hanover's plans for this? So what's about to happen with these
What's about to happen,
vials?
yeah.
What do they want to do with them? Do they want to sell them?
He says, "Well, you know, I guess it doesn't hurt if I tell you if I'm not getting involved anymore. It's all part of Jennifer's stupid quest for immortality or something. I don't think she's going to manage it, but you know, she's convinced if she gets just the right mixture of, long life, intelligence, all these sorts of things, then maybe she'll be able to become so powerful she never has to give up the blasted company. I mean, I'm skeptical myself, but she was paying me vast amounts of money to have a go. So we've tried all sorts of things so far, but we've not been able to stabilize it yet. But and it's rather hard to turn back, so I'm going to have a good time." He looks down at himself.
And that's the only
So yeah, what's
side
about to
effect?
happen? Yeah, just to keep answering it is sounds like they've been testing this, and he kind of explains that they've gotten enough versions that Jennifer is happy to try it for herself, but she wants to make sure it like really works. So that's why she wants to like amplify it.
With the
With the
okay.
pearl.
Can I also ask another question that's I don't know, it's kind of connected to it.
I
mean, I just want to ask him personally. Peter, is staying in that form the only side effect? Do you not feel any different? Is it safe? Pretty much?
Depends on I've seen a range of side effects, and it rather depends on which sea creatures you've been joined with. Some of our guards have found themselves a little bit lusting after blood, shall we say, a little more bloodthirsty than they used to be. Poor Kira's having a lot of trouble with maintaining her normal size and not inflating and things like that. You saw myself, I'm composition wise, sea slug's not the best one for sort of bodily integrity. And yeah, you can see he's kind of like he's still like having to tense quite hard to kind of like stay in control because he's quite wobbly. And so he's like, they do come with their own side effects if you can't always direct where everything's going to go. But we've been refining it, so it's been better and better.
Okay. Well, you look really cool anyway. Yeah.
I just had to look up sea slugs, and they're so pretty.
Yeah, you look very cool.
They're super pretty.
Yeah, he looks really cool, but he is also like,
oh wow.
He's like, well,
Not
he's
keeping
like, well,
it together.
the good thing is we've worked out how to no longer have a cloaca, so that's good.
That is too much information, sir. We are teenagers.
Well, that's a saying back
Right.
where we come from. Teenagers are just people, right? So let's try to get what we can and part ways. We'll keep in touch. Caspian has your number.
Excellent.
Are we ready to roll, as they say?
Yes.
Or slide.
Let's
as
dry
some
off
do.
and head home. We have a concert tomorrow.
Well,
Okay, he doesn't say that. He doesn't
to
say
listen to.
we have a singing gathering at our mermaid hall.
Oh man, Demetra's just like,
Tomorrow.
That just makes it worse.
Yeah, it's so much worse.
Oh.
Amaya
Peter's like,
stares
no, I know,
down Peter.
I know about the concert. Like that's part of the plan. It's you don't
Mhm.
need to hide it from me.
Amaya stares down Peter Boyle. And if you, or Moyle, whatever his name is, if you, I'm trying to be intimidating and I can't think. If you
He's very intimidated,
reveal
just
us to
looking at you,
anyone,
like staring at him, like.
if you do anything, if you like do anything to any of us to foil anything, I will come after you. And I am using my terrifying visage to like stare him down and mouth open wide, all of that.
Yes,
So.
yes.
I'm rolling this, and I'm going to use
And I'm
2 power pull points to have advantage because I want him to be scared of me.
So we are on 10 currently.
And convince someone is what?
Emotional.
I have so many things. God dang it. That's a 6. Is that enough?
Oh, but don't they still have the +2 to action?
They do have the +2.
That's true, yes.
And you're not clashing.
So it's an 8.
Well remembered. Well remembered.
Nice.
Thank you. So it's an 8.
So for monsters and adversaries on a 7 to 9, they'll do it. But only if you promise them something equal in return. So yeah, he again bringing back to like he's like, I promise to stay out the way as long as I get that phone call from Caspian and we adhere to our little as long as we adhere to our agreement, I'm happy to get out the way. I'll head off to. I'll go on holiday, shall we say? I'll go away for a few days. I'll go find an Airbnb and chill out, get out of your hair. And he's sort of like staring at you, like, and I'll definitely not get involved. And you can just see in his eyes, just like.
Amaya's kind of leaning into that evil super villain with the minion vibe.
Yes.
I love that look.
Wiggles is like little like tentacles on hips, like me.
I love the idea
what you're saying, like, me.
I love the idea of Amaya and Wiggles just standing there, and then us 3 kind of like really like flowery and pretty and bright, just behind, kind of trying to be scary.
It really just comes out as like really good posing. Like we look really editorial. Like we're trying to be intimidating, but it just comes out like
we're doing your anime girls mermaid poses, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, if we had a title sequence, it would be matching the title sequence.
You better be afraid. Like
okay, I think on that, Peter Moyle leads you. You head back out of the castle. You've kind of closed up all the other, you've taken the equipment out of all the other caves. And yes, you're looking at your watches and it's getting very late. And you head home ready to try and stop whatever it is that Jennifer and the rest of Hanover Corporation are going to get up to in our final episode next time. So finish up there. Exciting. So as always, at the end of the session, we do our little end of session questions, which I think we'll have some interesting answers today. So as a reminder, if the group answers yes to 2 questions, you get 1 XP. If you answer to 3 or more, you get 2 XP. So did we learn something new and important about the larger threat to the world?
Yes. 100%.
Totally. To facilitate some evil lady's will to be alive forever.
Yep.
Did we save someone from the machinations of the evil forces at play?
We saved Wiggles.
Wiggles.
Yeah.
Wiggles. We also saved Peter. Like, we saved that
I mean,
doctor.
Peter's
Because
out
that
of there,
doctor,
that's
We
true.
saved his soul.
we saved his soul.
Okay,
Got
did we
that
learn
doctor
something
out
new
of
and
a bad
important
situation.
about one of the magical heroes?
All of them?
Generally,
Oh, but that's the next question, right?
Yeah,
About
that's
where
the
our
next
powers
question.
come from. So-
About us specifically?
Yeah,
don't think-
about new and important
Well, we-
about one of the magical heroes.
I feel like we learned more about Lorian because
his
that's just
family.
me being completely
Oh.
forgetful, but we learned
I-
a
That's
lot
true.
of things.
I
about
did
your
mention my
family.
mother and
Yes, that's
like
true.
Oh,
reaching
right.
out and how it's the only established like kind of mermaid authority that I think has been mentioned the entire campaign.
Yes,
out
so
of
yes,
everything.
in that case.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also learned that
Did we le-
Sadie likes Maeve. And Maeve likes
Yes,
Sadie.
we did.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, did we learn something new and important about the source of the hero's powers?
Mhm.
Yeah,
baby.
100%.
Like even if we're not all Mussolini, like the concept that like, oh, mermaids come from folklore, like, and that was really cool. It was really, really, really cool to get the ancient mermaid lore, and it was really cool.
The lore, the deep lore, we might say. Did we develop new friendships or deepen existing ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter
Yes.
Moyle.
Yeah.
Peter Moyle is
I-
now
Touch the
our...
ocean. You connected.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
5 yeses.
Okay. You don't get anything special for 5, but
Oh.
on 3 or
Hey.
more, you get everyone gets 2
2.
XP.
nice.
I'm getting a new thing for sure.
Exciting.
I
Boosted
am
all the way
too.
up
I
to
just haven't
5.
decided what yet.
Yeah, same. We have a week to decide, so it's okay.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. I was going to pick a thing if we were going to have to fight Peter. I had a thing that I was going to pick, and then we never had to do anything. So I was like, I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah.
We just gonna wait.
Because I like picking things that thematically make sense.
Yes, yes. Well, I think next time you may get to use it. So
We'll definitely.
Yeah.
There's
Depending
gonna
on
be
what
a
you
big fight.
A big
boss
clash,
battle.
if you will.
A big
Oh, yeah.
confrontation.
Yes.
big clash, yes. Okay, but yes, that's all for next time. So
Yes.
last little bits, let's go round. Tell us who you are IRL so that we can find you on the internet if you're doing cool things, and 1 to 2 little projects you're up to at the moment that you'd like to tell us about. So again, I'll go in my order. So we've got Caroline.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Caroline Orwela. I'm a voice actor and podcaster. The things I have going on right now is I just recorded 2 episodes of the podcast BFYTW with some fellow podcasters. Super fun. Played games. My girlfriend is on the next one that's coming out. So if you want to hear Sarah's voice, it's going to be really cute. And the other really exciting thing I have going on is I just got cast in a late night convo for Otomi Jam, which I'm really excited about. So if you want to see some cute asexual romance, like, it's gonna be a good vibe. We're very excited. So yeah.
Yay. And exciting. Okay, next up I've got Casa.
Hi, I'm Casa, wilding underscore on Twitter. I don't know if I have projects or what I'm doing, it'll be on there because that's where I found all these wonderful, lovely folk who are also beautiful and talented and super smart. I mean, come on. That's where you find the goodest of people and also the worst, but yeah, well, gloss over that part. I have one AP that I'm doing. It is Impossible Landscapes. It is ending this month, but we still have 3 other 3 sessions left, or 2 sessions left. I'm not sure, but it's a wonderful little spooky 1950s spy thing where I play an international spy who's also trying to hunt down some demons. We actually summoned one. I'm not sure if that's what Delta Green wants us to do, but one of our teammates wanted to summon a demon so that she could, get hot with a demon. But yeah, okay. And that's me. It's on Lost Caravan, by the way. Sorry, I forgot
That's
to
Monster
say.
Hearts, not Delta Green.
She's trying to make them, connect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I see.
And next up we've got Hector.
Hi, I am Hector Manuel Reyes. I am at KHIOKami on Twitter and Instagram and itch.io. Right now, I'm doing a lot of things. The last project I did was keep a lookout for Apochromatica is going to be doing some podcasts to roundtable discussions, mask presenting Black men. We had a great roundtable discussion podcast. They should be dropped later in the month. And we did 2 parts. And the second part, it's all focused on World of Darkness and being people of color playing in those spaces. And the second half has the B. Dave Walters shows up on the second roundtable. So come check me out as soon as those podcasts drop. And on upcoming Pride Month streams, both on Girls Run Worlds and on Apochromatic, I will be participating in all a matter of fun one-shots on those channels.
Oh, exciting. And then Anya.
So hi, I'm Anya, also known as Lalian Cosplay everywhere. The really big thing that's coming up for me at the end of the week is the first of a 2-part series that I'm GMing on Manapot Studios. This is going to be my second time ever GMing on stream. I am super nervous, but we came up with this title a few days ago, and I believe that Anne in the chat is the reason for it. Holding out for a Rainbow City hero. Because it is the Rescue Rainbow City Kickstarter that's going on right now. We're doing a little bit of a promo thing for it. There is a really amazing cast, including Liv, who was lurking in chat earlier, and just lots of wonderful people that I'm super excited to have at my table. I'm very nervous, but I'm very excited about it. Also, I have a whole bunch of pro GM games going on this week. If I get enough players at my table, I'm a pro GM on Start Playing. La Leon is my username on there if you want to check it out.
Nice.
Brilliant. Briefly myself as well. I'm Philippa Mort. You can find me on Twitter and TikTok and Tumblr and all those things at Mort Philippa. A few things that I'm up to. Obviously, we've got the final of Glitter Hearts coming up next week, so please do tune in for the final. Also, my random GMing on random DMs got postponed. Just someone wasn't very well, so I'm doing that this Thursday over on D8 Dungeons. Romancing Dungeon is their show. And another show that's coming up is in 2 Fridays' time. I'm taking part in the Horde of Tales Women in Gaming's Month game of Orbital Blues, which our lovely producer Darcy is running. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to be a sad space cowboy, and I can't wait. And then a non-streaming thing, I just released a new adventure called Electric Oasis, which is for eco-mofos. So it's a sci-fi adventure, sort of weird punk futuristic apocalypse about an abandoned android factory that maybe isn't so abandoned. So that's Electric Oasis on itch.io. It's still a little work in progress, so you can get it, pay what you want at the moment. So that's us. Finally, just before we go, as usual, a few little shout outs, and we should talk about our winner as well, if we've got one. So our there are 2. I can't see the chat because I'm not going to open because my internet doesn't work. I was going to tell it Sarah and Mrs. Dag Show. So congrats, Sarah and Mrs. Dag Show. You've won copies of the PDF. So again, thank you very much, Greg Leatherman, for providing those PDF copies. And we'll be doing another one for the final, presumably. Yes, we are. Okay. So yeah, make sure to tune in that next time if you want to try and win your copy. And finally, a few things that are going on with Girls Run These Worlds, just real quick. As usual, if you thought that this was cool and you could do it or do better, please do consider sending in a creator application to run some games. We always have that open. Also, if you're enjoying this, if you're able to, it's really great if you could follow or even subscribe to us here on Twitch. We're also over on YouTube, and we have a Ko-fi as well. And finally, some upcoming shows. On Wednesday, we've got Afterlife Hotel Nexus, where Angela is going to be guiding some lost souls through their purgatorial afterlife as they try to remember who they were in real life. That sounds pretty cool. So I think you should tune into that as well if you can. But yeah, that is all for now. If you want to find out more, you can check out the Girls from This World on Twitter. It all gets posted onto there as well. So next time, our finale, our wonderful mermaids are going to be facing off, probably with the finally meeting Jennifer Hanover and finding out what she's been doing with all of these weird serums and these strange things under the castle and the lab. And maybe finally Sadie and Maeve will talk a bit more about what just happened as they were talking about their feelings. And will Connor maybe even talk some more to the barbecue boys? Who knows? We'll all have to find out in our final episode next week. So until then, we will say goodbye and we'll see you next time. So goodbye. Bye.